Batting practice is over and the ground crew is getting the field ready. It's time for the On-Deck Circle, a comprehensive look at the Salt Lake Stingers and the Pacific Coast League. Now, to get you ready for today's game, here's the voice of the Stingers, Steve Krauke.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Franklin Covey Field on a damp Thursday night here in Salt Lake City. The Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats getting set to open up a 4-game series here at the ballpark at West Temple and 13th South. The Stingers coming off a 2-6 road trip, but they did close out the trip by winning 2 out of 3 games, as actually they split the 4-game series in Fresno against the Grizzlies. Had an off day yesterday, but closed out the set in Fresno Tuesday with a tough 3-2 loss. Chris Butchek pitched well enough to win, but was unable to get the offensive support needed to pick up a W. So the Stingers warming up in right field, Sacramento in left field, as these two teams meet for the 9th time so far this year here at Franklin Covey Field. Back in early April, the Stingers defeated the River Cats 3 out of 4 games, but then a week later they went to Sacramento, won the first game, and the River Cats took the next 3, and so the season series is even at 4 wins apiece between Sacramento and Salt Lake. So the River Cats, the defending AAA PCL champions, and the Stingers trying to bounce back as they have gotten some bodies back, and we'll tell you about who's returned into the Salt Lake roster right after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Jeff Hornacek here. You know, long-term financial planning is like a chess match. To win at either game, you have to be several moves ahead. And now you can with America First new online financial planning. This free service within web access internet banking gives you high-level secure financial advice anytime, day or night. Just enter your financial needs, and we'll help make your moves. Or do it in person with one of our personal financial strategists. Check out this free financial planning first, only at AmericaFirst.com. It's a smart move to make.
20 years. That's how long it's been. 20 years since Summit Fitness opened their doors. And over the last 20 years, Summit Fitness has built their reputation on offering the finest quality exercise equipment at the best prices possible. And right now, they're celebrating their anniversary with their biggest sale ever. Like the Power Pack 2000 Home Gym was $21.99, now $16.99. That's a $500 savings. All name brand free weights are 10% off. All bikes are 15% off. And while they last, selected home gyms are as much as $1,000 off. They've had sales off and on for the last 20 years, but nothing like this. Come in and enter to win one of the cool prizes they're giving away, like a free set of power blocks during their biggest sale ever, the 20th anniversary sale. Oh, and don't forget, they're the exclusive dealer of the Pro Spot free weight system, the revolutionary free weight system that never needs a spotter. You've really got to see it to believe it. But remember, these 20th anniversary liquidation prices are gone when the equipment is gone. So come see them today in Midvale and Layton. Get a lift at Summit Fitness.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate in Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats are starting to get ready for tonight's game between the Stingers and Sacramento. So if you can, despite the bad weather, come on over. It looks like we're going to play baseball. He's trying to start this game on time at 7 o'clock. The starting pitcher for the Stingers, Eric Sear, who is here from AA Arkansas, will get the start. He's just one of a handful of new faces over the last 24 hours to join this Salt Lake Stinger ball club. The Stingers again undergoing quite a turnover with Eric Sear coming from Arkansas. Hector Estacio moves over to AA Arkansas after coming up from extended spring on that last road trip. Meanwhile, the Stingers have gained the services of several other players. Ben Weber, who has been in the major leagues the last several years but struggling so far in 2004, gets the send down to Salt Lake to try to work things out mechanically for the right-hander. And so Ben Weber, who is a vital part of that 2002 run to the World Series championship, is available in the Salt Lake bullpen for Mike Crumley here tonight. Also in the lineup tonight, Rob Quinlan was sent down. Quinlan who is hitting .308 for the Stingers prior to his promotion on May the 6th. Comes back after playing only in 12 games for Anaheim since that promotion took place. And so Rob Quinlan is back. Also, Darren Erstad is here to start a brief rehab assignment. He's had hamstring problems again this year. And he says, according to the Angels website, that if everything goes well in this weekend series with Sacramento, the full 4-game series, he hopes to rejoin his Major League teammates in Pittsburgh against the Pirates on Tuesday. So everybody crossing their fingers as that happens for Darren Erstad. Stingers, by the way, despite all these moves, still just one player shy of the roster limit of 24. One move as far as the big league club is concerned. Raul Mondesi suffered a muscle tear. He'll probably be out for the rest of the season. And the good news, though, for the Angels is that Garrett Anderson was activated off the disabled list tonight and should be in the lineup when the Angels take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Well, today is day 3 of interleague play in Major League Baseball. We'll take a look at the MLB scoreboard right after this on ESPN 1230.
Long-term financial planning is like a chess match. To win at either game, you have to be several moves ahead. And now you can with America First new online financial planning. This free service within web access internet banking gives you high-level secure financial advice anytime, day or night. Just enter your financial needs, and we'll help make your moves. Or do it in person with one of our personal financial strategists. Check out this free financial planning first, only at AmericaFirst.com. It's a smart move to make.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Doc, I need help.
Lie down and just relax. Okay, now why don't we talk about associations? When I say furniture, you say...
Redwood Road. Sofas and more sofas. You have the largest selection of sofas. I see sofas for $2.99 and leather sofas for only $5.99.
I see. So when I say Redwood Road, you say...
Furniture Warehouse. Mattresses stacked to the rafters. 20-year warranty. Pillow top set starting at $2.99.
You associate all this when I say Redwood Road?
We have recliners from Lane, socks from Howard Miller, Bassett mirrors, Sauter, Douglas,
and all of this is on Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Sectionals, bookcases, computer desks, office desks, bunk beds, futons. Nobody beats their price.
Okay, let's try again. Redwood Road.
Furniture Warehouse. Designer furniture as furnished in the award-winning homes in the Parade of Homes. Doc? Hey, Doc, where'd you go? Hello?
You went to Furniture Warehouse on Redwood Road. No.
Welcome back to the on-deck circle prior to the start of tonight's game between the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats in the PCL. New series beginning all around the league. Iowa at Oklahoma. Omaha hosts Memphis. Colorado Springs is at New Orleans. Edmonton entertains Las Vegas. Nashville is at Albuquerque. Tacoma travels to Tucson. And Fresno hosts Portland. It's another busy day in the major leagues as interleague play continues. In the only National League game, the Cubs pounded the Cardinals today by a final score of 12-3. In interleague play, they're in a rain delay in Chicago between the White Sox and the Phillies. In the first of 2 at Kansas City, Montreal shut out the Royals. Zach Day is 6-hitter, 8-0. And in the nightcap, Kansas City has no runs through 7 as Montreal leads that one 5-0. In the first game of a doubleheader at Arlington, Texas rallied to defeat the Pittsburgh Pirates by a score of 9-7. Pittsburgh leading 2-0 in the first inning of Game 2 of that doubleheader. Elsewhere, they're in the 7th at Cleveland. Florida leads the Indians 3-1. Arizona has a 3-0 lead at Baltimore after 6.5. In the bottom of the 6th at Fenway, the Red Sox lead San Diego 8-2. It is Los Angeles out in front of Toronto 6-1 in the 7th. In the bottom of the 6th at St. Petersburg, Tampa Bay leads San Francisco 4-1. In the bottom of the 3rd at Minnesota, the Mets lead the Twins 2-0. Later on, the Angels play host to Milwaukee. The Yankees topped Colorado 10-4 for the series sweep there Detroit came from a 4-1 deficit to defeat Atlanta 7-4. And that's what happened so far today in the major leagues as interleague play continues here at the major leagues, as this is the third day of interleague action. Right now they're honoring a young man from Brighton, Brian Lottie, who was injured in an auto accident and is paralyzed from the waist down, and he's going to throw out the ceremonial first pitch. All of his Brighton teammates are out behind him in support, and he's going to throw the ball towards home plate and get a nice hand from the fans here at Franklin Covey Field. So the Stingers and the River Cats getting ready to go. We'll tell you about tonight's starting lineups when we return after this on ESPN 1230.
Hi, Jeff Hornacek here. You know, long-term financial planning is like a chess match. To win at either game, you have to be several moves ahead. And now you can with America First new online financial planning. This free service within web access internet banking gives you high-level secure financial advice anytime, day or night. Just enter your financial needs, and we'll help make your moves. Or do it in person with one of our personal financial strategists. Check out this free financial planning first, only at AmericaFirst.com. It's a smart move to make.
Got a dish? Dump it. Switch to Comcast and save up to $500. Get everything the dish doesn't deliver, like local high-def programming. And, coming soon, the incredible power of video on demand. With On Demand, you'll truly get TV on your terms. You can watch hundreds of hours of free programs whenever you want. On Demand gives you the power to start, stop, pause, and rewind, all from your digital cable remote control. Dump your dish. And get free installation on over 120 terrific channels for only $19.95 a month for 12 months, an entire year. Call 1-800-COMCAST today. But hurry, this is a limited one-time offer. Offer expires June 21st, 2004. Savings applied as credits to monthly cable bill and not redeemable for cash. Savings may vary by market. Available only to new or former subscribers in Comcast serviceable areas who currently have a satellite dish. Additional taxes and fees may apply. Not available in all areas. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Make sure your equipment's ready for a productive season with a visit to Brigham Implement. It's the perfect time of year to take care of all your preseason equipment maintenance and repairs. Plus, make the most of your Case Credit Advantage account and make no payments and pay no interest until October 1st, 2004, with a minimum $750 purchase of genuine Case IH parts or related services. Offer good May 1st through July 31st, 2004. So visit Brigham Implement today and take advantage of genuine Case IH values, subject to credit qualifications.
KJQS Murray, Salt Lake City.
Stockton fakes, roll to Kyle down the hill.
This is ESPN Radio AM 1230.
Say it off to the left field.
Worldwide leader in sports. A Citadel Broadcasting station.
All right, time now to give you tonight's starting lineups of the game between the Stingers and Sacramento, brought to you by National Isuzu Southtown. Isuzu is back in the Salt Lake area. National Isuzu Southtown, located in the Southtown Auto Mall in Sandy. For the visiting Sacramento River Cats, leading off the second baseman, Adam Morrissey. Batting second, the right fielder, Matt Watson. Hitting third, the left fielder, Mike Edwards. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Graham Coots. Hitting fifth and playing center field, Nick Swisher. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Dan Johnson. Hitting seventh, the catcher, Mike Rose. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Mark Teahan. And hitting ninth is the shortstop, Ramon Castro. Pitching for the River Cats will be right-hander Steve Woodard. For the homestanding Salt Lake Stingers, managed by Mike Crumley. Leading off the shortstop, Casey Smith. Batting second, the first baseman, Darren Erstad. Hitting third, the center fielder, Brian Gordon. Batting cleanup, the left fielder, Adam Riggs. Hitting fifth, the third baseman, Rob Quinlan. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, Jake Thrower. Hitting seventh, the right fielder, Gary Johnson. Batting eighth, the catcher, Will Nieves. And hitting ninth, the second baseman, Brian Specht. Pitching for the Stingers will be left-hander Eric Sear. It's the Stingers and the River Cats, game one of a four-game series. We'll be back with the start of tonight's game right after this timeout. You've been in the On-Deck Circle on ESPN 1230.
The On-Deck Circle. Stay tuned. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is coming up next on the home of the Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Last year, terror came to a rural Arkansas town.
This summer, any town is fair game.
America, here we come.
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie are taking over America.
We don't know how to read a map. I thought New Mexico was in Mexico.
One small town at a time.
Is this a real trip? Yes.
And they'll have to earn their pay.
Have you ever whacked someone's fast before? No.
The Single Life 2 Road Trip. Premiering this Wednesday at 8, 7 Central on Fox.
Hi, I'm Multivitamin, your blind date. These flowers are for you. I provide most vitamins and minerals, but that's not enough. I want someone who can help maintain a healthy mind.
Multivitamin, meet Tri-Omega, the first once-a-day omega-3 supplement. So concentrated and pure, just one Tri-Omega soft gel daily gives you all the omega-3s you need to improve the health of your heart, mind, and joints. Look for the silver and blue package wherever vitamins are sold.
Do you believe in love at first sight?
Tri-Omega, the essential complement to your multivitamin.
The field is live. The starting pitchers have finished their warm-up, and the managers have exchanged lineup cards. It's time for Salt Lake Stingers baseball. So let's go to the ballpark. Here's the voice of the Salt Lake Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Well, once again, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Salt Lake Stingers baseball on a cool, damp night here in Salt Lake City. The Stingers and Sacramento River Cats are going to give it a go tonight. And there's a possibility of more showers in the area. Matter of fact, a light rain has just begun to fall here at the ballpark, but certainly at this point anyway, not heavy enough to cause any kind of a delay. So the Stingers out on the field, and in just a moment, the national anthem will be sung, and we'll be ready to go on this wet Thursday night here in Salt Lake City. But first things first, let's enjoy the singing of our national anthem. And the national anthem to be performed by Ann Matthews. So Ann Matthews just about ready to perform our national anthem. National anthem prior to the start of tonight's ball game between the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats on this damp night here in Salt Lake City. Right now, let's take a look at the Stingers' defensive alignment, and that's courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Cover your bases using the phone book with a beautiful cover, or you can look up what you need at myphonedirectory.com. For the Stingers, Adam Riggs is in left, Brian Gordon in center, and Gary Johnson's in right. Rob Quinlan at third, Casey Smith at short, Brian Specht at second base, and Darren Erstad is at first. A battery of Eric Sear pitching and Will Nieves catching. Again, the rain starting to fall here. Umbrellas have popped up. The umpire, home plate umpire, Jack Samuels, going out to the mound to say something to Sear, so I'm not sure if a change has been made here or what, if they're going to delay the start of this ball game. Didn't think it was a heavy enough rain for any kind of a delay, but we'll wait to see what decision is made here in just a moment. As the Stingers and the River Cats hoping to play. Mike Brumley, the Stinger manager, now going out to talk things over with the umpiring crew. I would expect Tony DeFrancisco to make a move out there as well. And we're just waiting a little bit. Again, it's not a very heavy, a very heavy rain right now. Meanwhile, Eric Sear, the big left-hander, making his Salt Lake debut. He's 6'4", 210 in his 6th year. Born and still lives in Montreal. Claimed off waivers by the Angels May 1st of last year from the Cincinnati Reds. He has appeared in 5 Major League games with the San Diego Padres back in the 2002 season. So Sear and the Avis playing catch right now. Will looking skyward to see what may be ahead. Eric Sear just not really a serious warm-up right now, just playing catch with the Avis as Mike Brumley talks things over with the umpiring crew along the first baseline. Brad Tannen, the Vice President of Marketing for the team as well, in on the conversation. Waiting to see if we're going to start now or if it's on hold. The shower right now is nowhere near as heavy as it was just a few minutes ago. Eric Sear, the pitcher, now coming across the first baseline. Waiting to see. Ross, the head groundskeeper, on the phone. More than likely with one of the local meteorologists. Whether that's any help remains to be seen. The track record hasn't been all that good over the years in judging the weather for the ballpark. So right now the discussions are still going on. Everybody's on a cell phone except for the umpires. They're just standing up along the first baseline waiting to see what kind of a decision is going to be made. Is there another shower close enough by to whether they would consider holding things up? Because they don't want to have Eric Sear or Steve Woodard, for that matter, warm up, get ready, have the rains come, and have him not be able to pitch. We'll try to take a look at the weather radar as well. The only problem is every time we've tried to pop it up on the computer here, that's given us the radar picture from May 28th, which really doesn't do us a whole lot of good on June 10th. But we'll see if we can get a better picture here in just a moment. Again, intermittent showers, really the forecast for most of the day. And right now we look southward and sunshine, bright sunshine, shining along the southern areas. And as everybody heads back, we're going to play ball. Eric Sear is going to now start to warm up in earnest and get ready for tonight's game between the Stingers and the Sacramento River Cats. Again, the season series is level at 4 wins apiece, with the Stingers winning 3 out of 4 here. The River Cats 3 out of 4 at Raleigh Field. Stingers will be making their final appearance there. This is Sacramento's final appearance here in July, the 19th through the 22nd of July. So Eric Sear finishing up his warm-up tosses. He actually has not appeared in a game since May the 23rd due to stiffness in his left forearm. In 9 appearances for AA Arkansas, he made 8 starts. Eric has won 4 and lost 2 with a 2.74 earned run average. His AAA record consists of only 9 appearances, 2 starts for Portland during the 2002 season. He had no decisions, but a pretty good ERA of 3.14. And the Pacific Coast League hit just .246 against Eric Sear, who finishes his warm-ups. The ball's being tossed around the infield. We're ready to go. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Salt Lake Stingers baseball is on the air for a Thursday night here in Salt Lake City. And leading things off for the River Cats will be the second baseman, Adam Morrissey. Morrissey batting .347, 8 doubles, 4 homers, and 21 runs batted in. 5 for 14 against the Stingers so far this year with a couple of home runs. First pitch taking a curveball in at the knees for a strike 0-1. The umpires, as assigned by the Pacific Coast League, Jack Samuels is behind the plate, Casey Moser at first, and Blake Jensen's at third. The 0-1. Breaking ball low, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Adam Morrissey, who was picked up from the Cubs organization by Oakland in November of 2001 for infielder Mark Bellhorn, who's playing well for the Red Sox these days. 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss at a fastball, 1-2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on the right hand hitting Adam Morrissey out of Gosford, Australia. Turned 23 just a couple of days ago. Now the wind by Sear and the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball foul up the third base side. Still 1 ball and 2 strikes. In blue skies to the south. Hopefully they are headed in this direction. Stingers really didn't want to have any kind of a rainout situation here, if at all possible, with a pair of doubleheaders staring at them in the face next Tuesday and Thursday in Tacoma. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Sear ready to pitch to Morrissey. Swung on, popped up near the bag at first. Aaron Erstad in fair territory has it for out number 1. So Morrissey retired, 1 out. That'll bring up the right fielder at Matt Watson. So Watson the batter. Watson batting .311, 16 doubles, 1 triple, 5 homers, 37 runs batted in. 7 for 27 against Salt Lake pitching. 4 of his 7 hits have been for extra bases. 1 double, a triple, and 2 homers. Driven in 8 runs. First pitch fastball is strike. On the outside corner, just under the belt, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Now the pitch. Fastball high and away from the left-hand batter. 1-1 the count is 8 RBI. Tops among the Sacramento players against Salt Lake this year. 1 ball, 1 strike to Watson. Now the pitch. Breaking ball outside at the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Tony DeFrancesco, the manager of the River Cats, coaching over at third. One of the players with his jacket on over at first. Now the wind and the 2-1 from Sear. Fastball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. In the series, even at 4-4, even though Sacramento's outscored the Stingers 49-33 in those 8 games. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball low and outside. Fills the count at 3-2. So a full count on the left-hand batter with Mike Edwards, the left fielder, on deck. Big 6'4" left-hander Eric Sear on the mound for the Stingers. Now the wind by Eric and the 3-2 payoff pitch. Fastball bounced to the left side. Casey Smith, the shortstop, has it. The peg over to first in plenty of time for the out. 2 up, 2 down here in the Sacramento first. That'll bring up the left fielder, Mike Edwards. Edwards batting .314, 17 doubles, 5 homers, 33 runs batted in. 9 hits in 35 at-bats for Edwards. That's a .257 average against Salt Lake with 3 runs batted in. So 2 outs and the bases empty. For the River Cats here in the first, and the pitch, a curveball in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count on Edwards. Signed as a free agent by Oakland in November of 2002. The pitch. Swung on, 2-hopper to short. Casey Smith on the bill of the cap, high bounce has it. Throws to first in plenty of time to retire the side. So Sacramento's up and down in order in their half of the first. After 1/2 inning of play, it's Sacramento nothing, and the Stingers are coming to bat on ESPN 1230.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate in Franklin Covey Field, taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Are you serious about credit? Marine Credit Systems will be your personal chauffeur in the carpool diamond lane of credit. Now that's a green light for credit.
Look, hon, we're passing everyone who bought a car somewhere else. They're upside down and buried.
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minutes, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
Car credit is like food. It's not the food, but the appetite that makes eating a delight. For example, love and credit. Did you know a divorce decree does not supersede the obligations of a loan? And when is it a good time to bring up credit in a newly developing relationship? Not soon enough, if you ask me. So how about this for an idea? Prenuptial credit. Learn what column of finance you were in. Learn what column of finance your mate is in. And learn what column of finance you're in together. Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
All right, we go to the bottom of the first inning, no score, and checking out the defensive alignment for Sacramento. Mike Edwards is in left, Nick Swisher in center, Matt Watson in right, Mark T in at third, Ramon Castro at short, Adam Morrissey at second, and Dan Johnson's at first. The battery of Steve Woodard pitching and Mike Rose catching. For Steve Woodard of Sacramento, this will be his 12th start of the year. Casey Smith to lead it off, takes a curveball over for a strike 0-1. Woodard in 67 innings has allowed 72 hits, 32 runs, 29 of them earned. He has struck out 32 and walked 13. The 0-1 pitch to Smith, breaking ball low, 1-1. Woodard 6-2 with a 3.90 earned run average. The PCL batting .273 against right-hander Steve Woodard, who has a win in his only start against Salt Lake this year. 1-1 to Smith, lined into center field, a base hit. Bobbled out in center field, off the second hop by Swisher, but Smith will hold at first base. So the leadoff man is aboard for the Stingers. That'll bring up Darren Erstad. Erstad here on an injury rehab assignment, once again bothered by hamstring problems this year. Erstad in 30 games for the Angels, batting .264, 9 doubles, 20 RBI. Last year when he rehabbed, he was in center field, but with the changes this year, Erstad moved to first base. We'd seen him play first base before with the Vancouver Canadians when he first came through the Angels' ranks. So Erstad, the batter, with a runner at first, nobody out. The pitch, curveball low and inside, ball one. Erstad appeared in 7 games for the Stingers last year. Hit .407, 11 for 27 with no extra base hits, 4 runs batted in. Now Woodard ready. The turn of the toss to first, and the runner is back. So runner at first base, nobody out, no score here in the bottom half of the first. Infield a double play depth for Sacramento. T and even with the bag at third as the 1-0 comes home. Erstad swings and chops it foul outside the coach's box at first, evening the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count on Darren Erstad, the first pick overall in the draft in 1995 out of the University of Nebraska. Not much of a breeze right now. A breeze is blowing. It's blowing in from the south. The 1-1. Erstad swings, and it's a high drive center field. Swisher going back, still going back. At the edge of the track, he dropped the ball. And Smith will go to second base. Nick Swisher was there, and somehow it glanced off his glove and fell to the turf. And so the Stingers have runners at first and second base with nobody out. And the batter will be Brian Gordon, the center fielder, batting .281, 11 doubles, 2 triples, 8 homers, and 28 runs batted in. That'll be an error on Swisher. And so runners are at first and second base with nobody out. So Gordon, the batter. The pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Gordon, a .222 hitter against Sacramento this year, 6 for 27. Now Woodard ready. The pitch. Swinging a ground foul past the first base dugout, out of the reach of netman. Couldn't play the carom. So the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. Woodard spins, goes to second, and Smith gets the right foot in ahead of the tag of the shortstop Castro. But that was maybe a little too close for comfort there. So the Stingers looking to grab the early advantage here as they have a runner at first and a runner at second with nobody out. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Brian Gordon. Woodard ready. The pitch. Swinging and a miss at a fastball away. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Woodard, in his only appearance against Salt Lake, got the win in Sacramento on April the 21st, allowing only 2 runs on 7 hits in 7 innings. Did give up a home run in that ball game. But that was about it. Rob Quinlan hit that solo shot. The toss, or I should say the glance by Woodard back towards second. Holds Smith there. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Gordon. The outfield a couple of steps towards right. The pitch. Curveball low, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Woodard, 6'4", 210 in his 11th year out of Hartselle, Alabama. Last year split his time between the Red Sox and their AAA affiliate at Pawtucket. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Gordon with Adam Riggs due next. Woodard peers in, gets the sign from Rose. Now the right-hander ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on in line to the left field, a base hit. Chasing it down Edwards, it's going to go to the wall. Smith around third will score. Erstad's being waved around. Here's the throw to the plate. The slide, he's safe. The play backed up by the pitcher Woodard. It's a 2-run double for Brian Gordon, and the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. Good piece of hitting by Brian Gordon there, going the other way with it, and Mike Edwards, the left fielder, was unable to cut it off before it made its way to the wall. It also turned out to be a pretty good test of Darren Erstad's hamstring, and he scored all the way from first base on that one. So it's 2-0 in favor of the Stingers. Skies darkening. The batter, Adam Riggs, hitting .313, 12 doubles, 3 triples, 10 homers, 27 runs batted in. He takes a curveball in at the knees for a strike, 0-1. Riggs at .313, tied with Will Nieves for the highest individual batting average by a Stinger against Sacramento pitching this year. Now Woodard ready. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a curveball, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Brian Gordon at second. That was his 12th double, his 29th and 30th runs batted in on the year. Gives him the team lead in that department as the 0-2. Cut out and missed. A breaking ball in the dirt. Adam Riggs strikes out. 1 away here in the first. So here's Rob Quinlan now. Hitting .308, 9 doubles, 1 triple, 2 homers, and 17 runs batted in prior to his call-up. With the Angels, he appeared in just 12 games over the last month, going 9 for 32 at .281 average with 2 doubles and 1 run batted in. Now the pitch. Quinlan swings and misses, strike 1. Got to figure it may take Quinlan a while to get on track, having not seen a lot of action yet at Anaheim. So Woodard ready. The pitch. Quinlan swings and lifts it in the air towards right. Matt Watson coming in, a step is there. Now 1 step to his left, makes the catch. Gordon will hold at second base as the throw comes into the cutoff man. So Quinlan retired, 2 out. That'll bring up the designated hitter, Jake Thrower. Thrower batting .260, 14 doubles, 3 homers, and 23 runs batted in. So So 2 outs, a runner at second base, 2 in for the Stingers here in the first. As they lead this ball game by a score of 2-0. Brian Gordon, the base runner at second base with 2 outs. Woodard ready, and the first pitch to Jake. Thrower takes a changeup outside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Jake hitting .286, 4 for 14 against Sacramento with 1 run batted in. Now Woodard ready. The pitch. Breaking ball and at the knees for a strike, and it's 1-1. Again, at this point, now that the game has started, it needs to go 5 innings, 4.5 if the Stingers lead for an official ball game. If there is a stoppage of play and the game cannot be continued, it'll be picked up from that point tomorrow, finished in its entirety, and then the regularly scheduled game would be a 7-inning affair. The changeup misses outside at the knees. Ball 2. 2-1 the count. Believe it or not, some fresh snow on the mountains up at the highest of elevations. Beautiful white caps on the peaks. As we look at it from our booth here in Franklin Covey Field, the 2-1 pitch to Thrower. Changeup outside above the knees. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. Stingers in their home whites with the red numerals and lettering trimmed in black. River Cats in their road grays with the burgundy colored numbers or maroon with gold trim. 3 balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Changeup over for a strike, and that fills the count on Thrower at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gary Johnson, the right fielder, is on deck. Woodard looks in, gets the sign from Rose. Now the payoff pitch. Punch towards the first base side, smothered by Johnson against his chest, then takes it 5 steps to the bag for the out. And that retires the side. 2-run score, 1 of them unearned. On 2 hits, 1 error, and 1 runner left on base. After 1, it's the Stingers 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
It's the Hyundai Challenge at your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers. Considering a Toyota or Honda? Then take the Hyundai Challenge today. According to J.D. Powers, Hyundai ties Honda and beats Toyota in initial quality. And USA Today proclaims that Hyundai surpasses Toyota on overall quality and value. Right now, you can drive home the roomy and rugged Hyundai SUV. Hyundai Challenge priced at only $272 per month with 0 down. That's right. Get the rugged reliability of the Hyundai Santa Fe for just $272 a month with 0 down, and you own the car. Let's see Honda or Toyota beat that. Plus, every new Hyundai comes with the Hyundai Advantage, America's best warranty, with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. You can't get that with Honda or Toyota. Take the Hyundai Challenge test drive today at any of the 5 Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers, including Ken Garff Hyundai downtown. Payment based on 4.75 APR, 72-month purchase, less rebate, plus tax, title, license, and fees. See your Wasatch Front Hyundai dealers for details.
Golfing with your children just became this summer's best family entertainment value. Salt Lake City Golf Division announces big savings on family golf with weekend Twilight Junior specials for Rose Park, Glendale, Wing Point, and Jordan River Par 3. Saturdays and Sundays after 6, up to 3 juniors golf free with a paid adult green fee. That's up to a $40 savings. Find all the weekend Twilight Junior specials online at slc-golf.com.
We go to the second inning, 2-0 in favor of the Stingers. Sacramento will have Graham Kuntz, Nick Swisher, and Dan Johnson due up as the shower has picked up again, and it is raining harder here at Franklin Covey Field, but as of now, no delay. Graham Kuntz, the DH and last year's league MVP, will lead things off, batting .277, 8 doubles, 11 homers, 39 runs batted in. First pitch, a strike on the inside corner at the belt, 0-1. Kuntz 4 for 11 against Salt Lake pitching with 2 homers and 4 RBI this year. Eric Sear and the lefty versus lefty matchup delivers, and it's a fastball outside, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. On left-handed hitting, Graham Kuntz, the pitch. Swung on and fouled up onto the roof, out of play to our left. 1-2 the count. Coates with his 39 runs batted in. Tied for 10th in the league. And it is really raining hard. I'm surprised we're not having a delay right now. The 1-2 pitch to Coates. Swinging a foul. Back to the base of the screen. Still 1-2. Again, the steady rain falling. Not quite in the downpour category, but getting close. Sear ready. The 1-2. Swung on and fouled again over the roof to our left, out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. This is amazing that we're actually playing. What are the umpires thinking? It is absolutely pouring out there. I think they want to get through this batter. The 1-2 pitch to Kuntz. Swinging another fastball and a foul back. Still 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. You certainly don't want to see it get slippery and have somebody get hurt. Or certainly Aaron Erstad over at first, re-injuring that hammy, slipping on the wet surface. Big shift on for the left-hand hitting Kuntz. The pitch. Fastball inside, 2-2. The shortstop Smith is over on the first base side of second. The second baseman Specht is actually about 8 feet back on the outfield grass. The 2-2 pitch to Kuntz. Swinging a ground foul in between the coach's box and the bag at first. It's still 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 2-0 Stingers in the second. Playing in the midst of the downpour. 2 balls, 2 strikes the pitch. A little bit high with a changeup, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nick Swisher, Dan Johnson to follow. Now Sear winds the 3-2 payoff pitch. Fastball low, he walked him. And so the leadoff man is aboard for Sacramento here in the second. Here's Nick Swisher, the center fielder, batting .253. 12 doubles, 9 homers, 33 runs batted in. 6 for 17 with 3 doubles and 5 RBI against the Stingers this year. Infield, a double play depth for the Stingers. Sear ready, and the first pitch to Swisher. Fastball outside, ball 1. Speaking of double play, Stinger baseball brought to you in part by Taco Maker. Try the Taco Maker Big Mac Super Taco. It's a pound of Mexican fixings and a flour tortilla. You'll hit a home run with this great taco from the Taco Maker. The 1-0 pitch on the way. Strike on the outside corner at the knees, 1-1. Taco Maker donates $5 to the United Way for every double play turned by the Stingers this year. They have turned 60 to this point, making the total donation so far $300. Sear off the rubber for just a moment while Swisher dries off his bat with his sleeve. Erstad not holding Kuntz on at first. He's not going anywhere. The pitch line caught by the third baseman. Quinlan throws back to first. No double up there as Kuntz had been able to stray very far off the bag, but Swisher with a rope right at Rob Quinlan over at third base. As the rain is lessened to just a slight drizzle now, the batter will be Dan Johnson, the first baseman, hitting .307. 13 doubles, 2 triples, 10 homers, 42 runs batted in for Johnson. 42 RBI, that's good for 7th in the league. One out, one on. The first pitch to Johnson. Swinging a ground foul at the first base side. Strike 1. Johnson 10 for 28 on the year. That's a .357 average against Salt Lake. A double, 2 homers, and 4 runs batted in. Like Darren Erstad, the Stingers' first baseman, Johnson out of the University of Nebraska. Although 6 years later when he left. 0-1 pitch. Johnson swings and pops it up. Shallow left, Smith out, Riggs in, Adams there, and he'll put it away for the second out of the inning. 2 down, Kuntz back to first, and that'll bring up Mike Rose, the catcher. Rose batting .316, 9 doubles, 2 triples, 3 homers, 27 runs batted in. So runner at first base, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning, 2-0 Stingers. Some of the folks starting to put away their umbrellas now. Again, Erstad not holding Kuntz over at first as Sear delivers. Fastball outside, ball one. 1-0 the count. Sear's last outing was on May 23rd, and he was his roughest outing of the season. Gave up 5 runs on 9 hits in 6 innings for the runs earned. In a loss to Wichita, here's a ground ball sharply hit and into right field for a base hit. Kuntz will stop at second base. First hit for the River Cats as Rose goes the other way and punches it through the right side. Here's Mark Teahan, the third baseman. Teahan batting .150 since being promoted to Sacramento with 1 double and 2 runs batted in. Teahan with Double-A Midland earlier this year. Appeared in 53 games. Hit .335 for Midland. 6 homers and 36 runs batted in. Lefty against lefty. Sears fastball just misses outside at the knees. Ball one. 1-0 the count on Teahan with runners at first and second base. 2 outs. Outfield around towards left, but the right fielder Johnson is deep. Now the pitch, fastball strike just under the bell in the outer half of the plate, and that evens the count at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Kuntz at second base, Rose at first, 2 outs here in the top of the second inning. Sear ready, glances back towards Kuntz, the 1-1. Breaking ball misses high, 2-1 the count on Teahan. A left-handed batter in his 3rd year out of St. Mary's College. That breeze is shifted now. It's out of the northwest. Blowing out. 2-1 fastball low and outside. Ball 3. 3-1 the count. And a wide one here would load the bases for Ramon Castro. And the Stingers starting today last in the North Division at 22-36. 10 games behind front-running Tacoma. Stingers will play 6 games in 4 days against the Rainiers Monday through Thursday. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball. That fills the count at 3-2. Now the runners will automatically be on the move with the pitch. Tacoma playing at Tucson. That game to get underway in about a half hour from now down at Tucson Electric Park. 3-2 the count on Teahan with Kuntz at second, Rose at first, 2 out. Sear kicking some of the mud out of his spikes. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Teahan. Sear looks in, gets the sign from Nieves. These two probably work together in the Padres organization. The payoff pitch with the runners going, swinging a foul back to the base of the screen. We'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Sear out of Montreal, just like another Stingers pitcher, Steve Green. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ramon Castro on deck. Sear ready with the payoff pitch. Runners go. The pitch, a fastball outside. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So 2 walks and a single have filled the bases for Ramon Castro, the shortstop, batting .277. 7 doubles, 1 triple, 1 homer, and 15 runs batted in. For the season, Castro very tough with the bases full. He's 3 out of 5, batting .600 with 11 runs batted in. So a tough situation for Sear with the bases loaded, 2 out. Castro has fared well against the Stingers this year, batting .320 with 3 doubles and 7 runs batted in. So bases loaded, 2 out. Sear ready, the pitch. Castro swings and flares 1 foul down near the Stingers bullpen along the first base side for strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Castro hitting .277 as the Rings have started again. Prior to this year, he has never hit higher than .231 at AAA. But then again, he's been around. This is his 8th year overall, but he's still only 24 years old. Sear ready. The 0-1 to Castro. Swinging a foul. That one rattles off a window of a suite. The count's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Ramon Castro. Looks like we're going to have intermittent showers throughout the course of the game here tonight. No balls, 2 strikes. Sears pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball. He blew it by him, and that retires the side. Picked a good time for that first strikeout of the night. No runs, 1 hit, 3 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Stingers 2 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Carl Malone Toyota announces a tent event like no other. 0% interest on every single Toyota. Models like Camry, Corolla, Solara, Echo, vans, SUVs, and trucks like Tundra, Tacoma, Highlander, 4Runner, and Sequoia during this first ever 0% tent event this Friday, Saturday, and Monday. The 0% tent event is on now at Carl Malone Toyota. Get 0% on any new car you see or triple play money on a new Tundra, where your $1,500 is matched 2 times to give you a $4,500 triple play. Or a new Camry, where your $500 becomes $1,500. And when you make a deal, Carl Malone Toyota will pay off your old loan no matter what you owe. Triple play money, 0% interest. At Carl Malone Toyota, all we do is discount Toyotas and save you money. Downtown Auto Mall, just off I-15 at 106 South.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new clearance zone is in all 3 of our stores. The Upper Limit Clearance Zone is a store within a store, bursting at the seams with fantastic savings on new and used quality fitness equipment. You'll discover unbelievable savings on strength equipment, treadmills, bikes, free weights, and gyms. You'll find reconditioned exercise equipment with factory warranty, special deals on benches and bikes, dumbbell racks up to 70% off, Olympic 300-pound sets with pace and weights as low as $119, with weight plates for under 30 cents a pound. Our clearance zone is a great place to save on quality fitness equipment, new and used, demos and odds and ends. Check out the great deals on top quality treadmills, bikes, home gyms, and free weights, all at huge clearance zone discounts. Come into any Upper Limit location and look for the clearance zone sign and get ready to save. Upper Limit Fitness, 815 West 2400 South in Salt Lake, 1345 South State in Orem, and at the corner of Antelope and Hillfield Road in Layton.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second inning. Gary Johnson, Wilnie Avis, and Brian Specht due up for the Salt Lake Stingers as they lead it by a score of 2-0. Gary Johnson will lead things off, batting .262, 6 doubles, 2 triples, 4 homers, and 20 runs batted in. Rain picked up a little bit in between innings. Some of the River Cats hesitant to take the field when the umpires kind of told them to go on out there. They kind of glared back thinking, what are you guys thinking? But right now it's just a light drizzle falling. So here's Gary Johnson to start things off. First pitch swinging, comes up empty on a breaking ball, strike 1. Gary 6 for 21 against Sacramento pitching this year. Had a good series in Sacramento at 5 for 11 with a triple. Now the 0-1. Breaking ball low, evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Woodard for Oakland, pitching in his 7th organization. Now the 1-1 pitch, swung on, lifted in the air towards left center. Mike Edwards, the left fielder, over and under, and he'll reach up and put it away for out number 1. 1 down, that'll bring up Wilnie Avis, the catcher. Avis batting .288. 8 doubles, 4 triples, 4 homers, 24 runs batted in for Will. Woodard's last outing was on June 4th at Tacoma. He picked up the win over the Rainiers. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 6 hits in 7 innings. He has 3 wins and a pair of no decisions in his last 5 starts. Woodard has not lost a game since May 7th at home against Las Vegas. as he pours in a strike on the inside corner at the knees. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Mentioned Woodard in the big leagues last year was 1-0 in 7 relief appearances for the Red Sox, but his ERA 5.09. As Davis ripped one towards left. Going back is Edwards. That one's off the base of the wall. Will around first, racing for 2, and he'll be in there standing with a 1-out double. Davis ripping one off the base of the wall and left for his 9th 2-bagger of the season. So with a runner at second base, 1 out, the batter will be Brian Speck, the second baseman, hitting .250. 7 doubles, 2 homers, and 9 runs batted in for Brian. Just 4 for 23 against Sacramento pitching. One of his 4 hits, though, a home run, as the pitcher Woodard complaining about the footing on the mound. Didn't seem to bother him on the out, but he gives up the double, and the ground crew has to come out and apply some Diamond Dry to the mound as his rain is falling. In the meantime, we can tell you it's time to take a look at this date in baseball history, brought to you by Stebbins Recreation in Tooele. Just 20 minutes from the ballpark. Visit Stebbins, where you deal with the owner, not a salesman. On this date in 2002, the Yankees beat Arizona 7-5. Yankee outfielder Marcus Thames, who hasn't done much since, hit a home run on the very first pitch he saw in the Major League. And that was from Randy Johnson. On this date in 2001, Nick Virgilio of the Port Charlotte Rangers, he's now an Oklahoma Redhawk, pitches a perfect game against the Jupiter Hammerheads, striking out 9 and only allowed 2 balls to reach the outfield in the 3-0 win. On this night in 1999, San Diego reliever Trevor Hoffman records his 200th career save in a 2-1 win over Oakland. On this date in 1997, Kevin Brown fires that season's first no-hitter, beating the Giants 9-0 as he was pitching for the Marlins at the time. The only thing separating Brown from a perfect game was with 2 outs in the 8th, Brown hit Marvin Bernard in the right leg. Giants starter William Van Landingham that night had a no-hitter until the 7th. Charles Johnson homered to open up a 7-run inning. The runner at second, 1 out. Speck the batter, the pitch. Swing and a miss of a changeup, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Some rays of sunshine in the base of the Wasatch to our south. No balls, 1 strike, the count on Speck. Sheehan in on the edge of the grass at third as Woodard delivers. Speck swings. It's a liner to second. Caught by Morrissey. No chance to double up Nieves as he slides back into the bag at second. Hard hit ball, but right at Adam Morrissey. 2 outs. That'll bring up Casey Smith, who singled to center field his first time up. Smith extending his hitting streak to 6 straight games. Not only has he hit safely in 6 straight games, but Casey has 2 or more hits in 4 straight. So a runner at second base, 2 outs for Smith. Now the right-hander Woodard's pitch. Smith lines one up the alley in left center field. Swisher's not going to get it. It hits the turf and rolls all the way to the wall. Nieves strolls in with the run. Here's Smith around second, racing for third. The throw, the slide, he is saved. Hits an RBI triple for Casey Smith, and it's now 3-0 Salt Lake. Casey Smith continuing at a torrid pace. His 5th straight multi-hit game, his first triple in a Salt Lake uniform. As Swisher playing in was unable to cut it off. They had to chase it to the fence. So with a runner at third base, 2 outs, the batter will be Darren Erstad, who hit a fly ball to Swisher in center that Swisher got to. Was ready to make the grab, but dropped it. First pitch to Darren. Breaking ball strike on the inside corner below the bell, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. As Woodard kicks at the dirt on the front edge of the rubber. Smith at third with 2 out. The 0-1. Strike. A breaking ball in the inside corner above the knees. 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. On this date in 1977, Oakland fired their manager, Jack McKeon. Whatever happened to him. 0-2 pitch. Erstad takes low for a ball. 1-2 the count. Stingers leading 3-0 here in the second. One ball, 2 strikes the count on Erstad. Woodard, lifetime 32 and 36 in the big leagues with Milwaukee, Cleveland, Texas, and Boston. Now Woodard ready, the 1-2 to Erstad. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. Stingers get a run on 2 hits. No errors and 1 runner left on base. We go to the third. It's the Stingers 3 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Want to lose 100 pounds in 1 week without doing anything? Then try this.
I'm nutritionist Dr. Zetcher. If you're desperate to lose weight and you're tired of the gimmicks, I recommend my advanced Z-Carb system. It's so advanced at blocking carbs, it's simple. Just listen to these happy Z-Carb users.
Z-Carb is the only product I'll use. I went from a size 12 to a size 8 in just 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm definitely a skeptic. But Z-Carb, it came with a guarantee, and it worked. I lost 35 pounds without starving or killing myself at the gym. Look at me, I'm wearing a 2-piece.
The first week, I lost 3 pounds. I've been using Z-Carb now for 4 weeks, and I've lost 14 pounds.
Lose the weight 3 times faster with my advanced Z-Carb system. It cuts the carbs so you don't have to.
Call now to try advanced Z-Carb risk-free for 30 days at 800-575-1027. Ask how to receive a free supply with your purchase. 800-575-1027. Money back if you don't see dramatic results. Call 800-575-1027. That's 800-575-1027.
Connected Wireless is growing to better serve you with their new Provo Town Center store. Connected Wireless doesn't just sell one-of-a-kind wireless services like most wireless companies. Connected Wireless is your one-stop wireless source. They'll fix you up with the right plan and the right service from Sprint, AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Plus, Connected Wireless has all the latest and hard-to-find accessories. Connected Wireless will beat any deal, even internet deals. Call 205-FREE or look in the yellow pages to find one of 7 Connected Wireless locations. Get connected, stay connected with Connected Wireless.
All right, we go to the third. Stingers now leading Sacramento by a score of 3-0. It'll be the top of the order. Adam Morrissey, Matt Watson, and Mike Edwards due up to face left-hander Eric Sear. It's also time for our first update. And check out what else is happening under the lights tonight at the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal Light Bulb. You can check out the Reveal Bulb at your locally owned Base Hardware store. Adam Morrissey popped up to the first baseman. Erstad his first time up. Morrissey comes into this ball game with a 10-game hitting streak. He's batting .432 during the streak with 19 hits and 44 at-bats during this run. So Morrissey to lead things off. Sears' pitch is lifted in the air towards left center field. On the run, Gordon. Riggs over there as well, and Bryan makes the call on the catch for out number 1. So Morrissey retired on the first pitch. 1 away. That'll bring up Matt Watson, who grounded out the short his first time up. In the PCL, after 4, Iowa and Oklahoma are tied 2-2. In the 7th at New Orleans, the Zephyrs in Colorado Springs are even at 3-3. In the 7th at Omaha, the Royals lead Memphis 4-1. Las Vegas and Edmonton postponed tonight. Nashville leads at Albuquerque 1-0 in the 3rd. Later on, Tacoma at Tucson, and Portland visits Fresno. Eric Sears' first pitch to Watson. Fastball, that's swung out on the first pitch into center field. Brian Gordon, about 7 steps to his left, is there, and he'll put the squeeze on it for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down. That'll bring up Mike Edwards, who grounded out the short his first time up. In the only National League game, the Cubs with a 10-run 4th pounce on the Cardinals, 12-3. Moises Alou, Derek Lee, and the former Buzz infielder Todd Walker with home runs. Interleague play, the second game of a doubleheader at Arlington. Texas leads Pittsburgh 4-2. Rangers won the opener 9-7, coming from behind to win it. Arizona wins at Baltimore 3-0. Limiting the O's to 7 hits. First pitch to Edwards. A fastball high, ball 1. In the 9th at Fenway, the Red Sox lead San Diego 9-3. Florida beat the Indians in Cleveland 4-1. Now the 1-0 pitch, strike at the knees, 1-1. At St. Pete, Tampa Bay leads San Francisco 5-1 after 8. They're in the 8th at Minnesota. The Mets lead the Twins 2-1. 1-1 to Edwards. His punch towards first. Nice backhand scoop by Erstad on the short hop. He'll take it 3 steps to the bag, and that'll do it for Sacramento in the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. After 2 1/2 innings of play, it's the Stingers 3 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Two of the fastest growing crimes in Utah are fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely at Certified Shred. With Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on site with their state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck, or you can let their secured personnel do it off-site. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. They've been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know what they're doing. Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Why are we turning here?
To look at used cars.
I thought we were going to Gus Paulus.
We are.
Gus is in West Valley City. This is Jordan Landing.
Right.
Did I miss something?
He's growing.
Who's growing?
Gus.
Growing? At his age? Imagine that. No more short jokes, no more booster seats at restaurants, no more ads with half a head.
Huh?
Oh, man, Gus is finally growing. And if he can grow, maybe we can all grow.
Oh.
This is a sign. It gives the world new hope.
Honey.
It's a miracle.
His dealership is growing.
What?
They've expanded. This is their new used car lot.
Oh. Well, that's kind of miraculous, isn't it?
If you say so.
I do.
Gus may not be getting any taller, but with the new dealership at Jordan Landing, his service and selection keeps getting better.
Hey, I wonder if I'm still growing.
I wonder.
Want to measure me when we get home?
I'm not sure you're coming home.
Aw.
The Gus Paulos Auto Group. With Gus, anything is possible.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 3rd inning. Brian Gordon will lead things off. Brian with a 2-run double his first time up. The first pitch here is driven into deep right. That ball's up there, it's out there, and it is long gone. Just under the scoreboard in right field. A home run for Brian Gordon. And the Stingers take a 4-0 lead. Well, that's a great way to start our Great Cliff Junior Sportscaster inning as Tori Ulibarri joins us. And Tori, first of all, thanks for being here tonight. That was a long home run.
Yep.
So Brian Gordon hits his 9th of the year, and that's his team-leading 31st run batted in. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, who struck out swinging his first time up. Torrey is a 6th grader. Here's a pitch popped into right field. Matt Watson over towards the line on the move, makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Rob Quinlan, who flied to right. It says here your favorite sports, baseball, football, and basketball. Now, it says here your favorite team's the Braves. How did the Braves become your favorite team?
Because I played for the Braves.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
But now you're wearing a Rockies jacket.
I played for the Rockies last year.
Okay, that's last year's jacket.
Yeah.
What about the Braves? Is that this year? Or that?
Yeah,
okay.
this year.
Got it. You get new swag every year with all these different team changes.
Yep.
Here's a pitch low for a ball, 1-0. Now, although your favorite player doesn't play for any of those teams, his favorite player, Ken Griffey Jr.
Yep.
You got to be happy that he's having a great year this year. There's a curveball, low ball, too. He's, so far, knock on wood, has been able to stay healthy.
Yeah.
It is fun to watch, both not only hitting, but out in the outfield as well. The pitch to Quinlan, that's lifted in the air towards right. Watson towards the corner. On the run, makes the catch for out number 2. 2 away, that'll bring up Jake Thrower, the DH. Who's due up next? Who's at the ballpark with you? I think that's your dad.
And my mom and my brother and my sister.
Looks like they gave you good seats down there.
Yep.
You've been able to stay dry and all that?
No.
No. Now, is there some folks listening on the radio that you want to say hi to?
Yeah, my cousins and my uncle. Hi.
So 2 outs and nobody on. Stingers leading by a score of 4-0. Pitch outside the ball. Now, are you just finishing up 6th grade, or are you going to start 6th grade next fall?
Finishing it up.
So 6th grade. So now you move to middle school, right?
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes to count. The pitch to thrower, and it's in for a strike. 1-1. So now it's going to be tough because 6th grade, you guys are the big men on campus, and now you're going to middle school where you got to deal with 8th and 9th graders.
Yeah.
1 ball, 1 strike. Thrower swings and lines a base hit into right field. And so Thrower's aboard with a 2-out hit. Hit number 6 for the Stingers in the ball game. And that'll bring up Gary Johnson, who flied to left his first time up. And when you play baseball, what's your position?
Everywhere except for catcher.
What's your favorite?
Pitcher.
Pitcher? You like to have that ball in your hands and go after the other hitters.
Yep.
Now, how's your team doing so far this year?
Good. We're in 4th place.
4th place? That's all right. Your team have a good, a lot of runs scored, or you just you played tight defense?
Yeah, lots of runs scored.
First pitch to Gary Johnson, curveball, low and inside. Ball 1 to the big left-hand batter. Says here one of your favorite things to do is hunting and fishing with your dad.
Yep.
Where all have you gone?
I don't know.
A little bit of everywhere.
Yep.
1 ball, no strikes to count on Johnson as Steve Woodard comes set. The right-hander ready, and the pitch. Swinging a ground ball, fair over the first base bag and down the right field line. Racing for third is Thrower. The right fielder Watson chasing it down in the corner. Thrower's being waved around. Here's the throw toward third. Trying for 3 is Johnson, and he slides in safely with a triple. For Gary, that's his 3rd 3-bagger of the year, and the Stingers now lead it by a score of 5-0. So a pretty good inning so far, Tori, for the Stingers, hasn't it been?
Yep, good.
You get a chance to come out to the ballpark very often?
No, I have too much stuff to do.
Too much stuff to do. What else do you have to do?
Super League.
Super League. Well, that's got to be a lot of fun. A lot of practice?
No, not really.
Just a lot of games.
Yep.
Oh, Will Nieves, the batter. He doubled and scored in the 2nd. Woodard ready, the pitch. Change-up strike on the inside corner above the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Where do you play your Super League games?
Anywhere. I made the All-Stars, played in Vancouver, British Columbia last year.
That's basketball or baseball?
Baseball.
Baseball. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch swung on. That's line towards left. Edwards drifting back, reaches up and makes the catch to retire the side. Stingers scored 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits. No errors and 1 left. Well, Tori, thanks for joining us. Have fun tonight. Try to stay dry, and good luck on your season this year.
Thanks.
All right, we'll be back after 3. Stingers 5, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Home equity loans are easy to get at Mountain America Credit Union. Easier, perhaps, than deciding what to do with the money.
We could get a deck and a hot tub.
Remodel the bathroom and a jetted tub.
Once you make up your mind, you'll pay no appraisal fees, no origination fees, no closing costs, and no annual fees at Mountain America.
A snowmobile.
Try a snow blower.
While you're deciding what to do with the money, call or visit Mountain America Credit Union or log on to mtnamerica.org.
How about a widescreen TV?
How about storm windows with screens?
At Mountain America Credit Union, we make getting home equity loans easy. So get approved.
An ATV.
A riding lawnmower.
Unfortunately, we're no help at all when it comes to deciding what to do with the money.
Oh, come on, lighten up. Okay, let's get a fishing boat.
Oh, you want water. We'll take a cruise.
Mountain America Credit Union. Member NCUA and Equal Opportunity Lender.
All right, we go to the 4th inning. 5-0 Stingers. It'll be Graham Kuntz, Nick Swisher, and Dan Johnson to face left-hander Eric Sear Graham Kuntz walked, advanced to third, but was stranded there in the second inning. Our thanks to Tori Ulibarri, 6th grader from Woodrow Wilson School, for being our Great Clips Junior sportscaster. If you are between the ages of 8 and 12 and would like to be a Great Clips Junior sportscaster, come to the ballpark, have some fun. Just stop by your local Great Clips location and register. So here's Graham Kuntz, who walked his first time up. First pitch on the way from Sear, outside, a fastball, ball one. Didn't get a chance to finish off our scoreboard in the top of the third, so we can tell you that Milwaukee and Anaheim will be getting underway in about 5 minutes from now. As Sears sets, chicks, and delivers the 1-0. Kuntz takes a fastball down the middle for a strike, 1-1. Montreal beat Kansas City in the first game of a doubleheader, 8-0, and then they won the nightcap as well, 7-2. 1-1 pitch to Kuntz, fastball outside at the knees, 2-1. Kansas City getting closer and closer to a fire sale, if the stories out of that city are true. Yankees rally from a 4-3 deficit and beat Colorado 10-4. 2-1 pitch to Kuntz, fastball inside, 3-1 the count on Graham. Detroit came from behind to beat Atlanta 7-4. They were down 4-1, but the Tigers scored 2 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th. Now the line by Sear, the 3-1. Low and outside, and Graham Kuntz walks for the second time in the ball game. Third free pass issued by Sear. So a runner at first base, nobody out for Nick Swisher, the center fielder, who lined out hard to the third baseman Rob Quinlan his first time up. Los Angeles beat Toronto 6-1, and the Phillies and White Sox were rained out in Chicago. And in the NBA, 5:27 to go in the first half at Detroit. No hangover for the Pistons from their disappointing loss in Game 2 as they lead the Lakers 31-19. Karl Malone is trying to give it a go tonight. He has 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist, although he's on the bench right now. So here's Nick Swisher with a runner at first base and nobody out. The pitch inside with a fastball, and it hit him. And so now runners at first and second base with nobody out. Not the way Sear wants to start the inning, with a 5-0 lead by walking the first batter and hitting the second. That'll bring up Dan Johnson, who flied out to Adam Riggs and shallow left his first time up. Looks like the rain has come back, and it's starting to fall again here at Franklin Covey Field. Stingers leading 5-0 here in the fourth. Not quite an official game as of yet. Now Sear ready. The first pitch to Johnson. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to count. Looks like there's a stirring of activity in the Stinger bullpen. Again, Sear has not worked since the 23rd of May. We don't know that he can go very far. There's a pitch low and outside for a ball. 1-1 the count on Johnson, who holds the Nebraska record with 25 home runs in a single season for the Cornhuskers and 3 in one game. One ball, 1 strike on the left-hand batter. Runner at second, Kuntz. Swisher over at first. Now Sear ready. The pitch. Swinging a chopper right side. Erstad has it going to his right. Flips to first for 1. That's all they'll get, as Erstad had trouble getting the ball out of his mitt. But they do get the middleman in the situation. Swisher forced out, 3-6. 1 out. Kuntz at third. Johnson at first for Mike Rose, who punched a single into right field his first time up. So once again, the umbrella is popping up around the ballpark, although it's nothing more than a light drizzle at this point. Rose has hit safely in 10 of his last 11 games with his single in the second inning. Infield, a double play depth for the right-hand batter. Now Sears' pitch. Down low, ball 1. Going back to the last time these two teams met, Rose now has 8 hits in his last 13 at-bats against Salt Lake pitching. One ball, no strikes. Now Sear from the belt ready. The pitch. Swinging a foul back into the screen as Rose had a hack at a fastball, 1-1. Sear, the day he was moved to Salt Lake, which was on Tuesday, he was also named to the East Division squad in the Texas League All-Star game coming up, but obviously he will not appear in that game thanks to his promotion. Now the 1-1. Strike in at the knees, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Now Sear looks in, gets the sign. Right-handed hitting Rose comes with that bat out over the plate. Now Sear ready. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a foul tip into the glove of Nieves. He hangs on for the strikeout. Second strikeout for Sear, and there's 2 down here in the 4th. That'll bring up Mark Teahan, who walked his first time up. So 2 on, 2 out with runners at the corners. Teahan the batter. First round sandwich pick of the A's in the 0-2 draft out of St. Mary's. 39th selection overall. Swing and a miss at a good fastball, strike 1. He was a sandwich pick the A's received as compensation for Oakland losing outfielder Johnny Damon to the Red Sox as a free agent signee. No balls, 1 strike the count on Teahan. Sear ready, the pitch. Fastball fouled off the glove of the catcher Nieves, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes. Now Sear ready, the 0-2. Fastball outside at the knees, ball 1. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner at third base, Kuntz. Johnson at first, 2 down. Outfield shaded towards left. Sear from the belt ready. The pitch. Way outside as Nieves lunges to his left to haul it in. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Stingers leading 5-0 here in the 4th. They scored 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 in the third. Now Sear ready. The 2-2 to Teahan. Fastball low and outside. Ball 3. 3-2. Similar situation to the second inning. A wide one here would load the bases for Ramon Castro. Three balls, 2 strikes. Teahan, a .283 hitter a year ago at Class A Modesto. Now Sear ready. The 3-2 payoff pitch. Outside and low. Ball 4, and the bases are loaded. So Ramon Castro will bat with the bases full for a second time. He struck out swinging in the second inning, dropping his average from 600 to 500, batting with the bases loaded this year. There is activity in the Stinger bullpen as a right-hander is up. That would be Scott Dunn. So bases loaded, 2 out. Kuntz the runner at third, Johnson at second, Teahan at first. The outfield shaded towards right. Now Sear ready, and the first pitch to Castro. Fastball inside as he twists out of the way. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Castro came in having hit safely in 7 out of his last 9 games. One ball, no strikes. Again, the Angels had to place outfielder Raul Mondesi on the disabled list with a torn right quadricep muscle. It's likely he'll be out for the year. But they did activate Garrett Anderson from the disabled list. He had been rehabbing at Rancho Cucamonga. 1 ball to count on Castro. Sears pitch. A breaking ball, low, ball 2. No place to put Castro with the bases loaded and 2 out. Arizona Diamondbacks had to put veteran infielder Carlos Baerga on the disabled list with a strained left calf, recalling red-hot infielder Andy Green from Tucson. He wore out Stinger pitching in that series in Tucson last week. The 2-0 pitch swung on and popped up. Shallow center going out. Speck Thornton coming in. Brian with the call and the catch to retire the side. Once again, Sear works out of a bases-loaded situation. No runs, no hits, no errors. 3 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning. It's the Stingers 5 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Oil's one for the money, 2 for the show. A free to get around and I'll go, can't go. Jake's over the top. Baby, yeah.
Let me tell you about Jake's Over the Top. The name comes from the insane way their monster shakes rise those inches above the top of the cup. A mountain of ice cream blended with fresh fruit, nuts, candy, and cookies. Like the strawberry banana shake, the turtle shake, or the Oreo.
When it feels lonesome tonight.
Join me for a burger big enough for the 2 of us. It's called a Big Jake Burger. This hunk of burning love is 2 quarter-pound cheeseburgers, topped with 2 slices of cheddar cheese, freshly cooked bacon, ketchup, mayo, mustard, pickles, lettuce, and tomatoes on a sesame seed bun.
Join Jake's Over the Top with over-the-top fun for summer with K-Fan. Come into your local Jake's Over the Top and enter to win weekly prizes. We want you to have the best summer ever. Tickets to Stingers games, Lagoon passes, Cherry Hills passes, concerts, and more. At Jake's, we don't stop at the top.
Thank you very much.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the Big Green Monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
Brian Speck to lead things off for the Stingers as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning. Salt Lake up by a score of 5-0. Speck lined out to the second baseman Morrissey, his first time out, but here he punches one into right center field, a base hit. That's going to split the gap. Swisher slides, knocks the ball to the wall. Here's a runner on second. Speck on his way to third, and he'll go in there standing up with a triple. Swisher trying to cut that ball off, slid, but in the process of sliding, he knocked the ball all the way to the wall. So if that stands up as a triple, it would be the Stingers' 3rd of the game. And so a runner at third base with nobody out. It's been a bit of an adventure for Mr. Swisher out in center field. He's also dropped a fly ball. Here's Casey Smith, who has singled, tripled, scored 1, and driven 1 in. The infield playing in, the pitch inside as Casey jumps back out of the way. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Stingers now with 8 hits in the ball game. 6 of them extra base knocks. Woodard ready, the pitch. Fastball inside of the right-hand batter. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Casey. Right now, just a light drizzle falling. Now the pitch. Swung on, ground ball through the hole into left field, a base hit. Casey Smith with his 3rd hit of the ball game. Brian Speck walks in from third, and that makes it a 6-0 Salt Lake lead. So Casey with his 2nd RBI of the game. That'll bring up Darren Erstad, who has reached on an error and struck out in 2 plate appearances. Well, the Stingers now with a 6-0 lead over the River Cats. Right-hander Wayne Gomes up in the Sacramento bullpen. The pitch. Fastball outside. Ball 1 to Erstad. 1 ball, no strikes. Now Woodard looking in, getting the sign from Rose. The pitch. Swung on, smashed to first. Up with it, Johnson steps on the bag for 1, throws to second base, and they get the double play on the tag. So that'll go as a 3-6 double play. And with that, 2 outs and nobody on for Brian Gordon, who has doubled and homered tonight. 3 runs batted in. Stingers, as we mentioned, with 3 triples in the ball game. The franchise record for one game is 4 against Colorado Springs in July of 2002. As the pitch misses low, ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The pitch. Change up is high to Brian. Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Gordon. As Woodard delivers. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike to count on the left-hand batter. There's a pitch, ripped down the right field line, but foul. Down the right field side, just beyond the bullpen. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 the count as the rain starts to fall again. A little bit harder. 2-2 breaking ball is low. Ball 3. That fills the count on Gordon at 3 balls and 2 strikes. 2 hits on the night for Brian. That's already 1 more hit. The entire series at Sacramento the last time the 2 teams met. Is Gordon lofts one in the air to right center. Watson going back. It's up there. It's out there, and it's gone. A home run for Brian Gordon, his second of the ball game, and it's now 7-0 Salt Lake. What a night for Brian Gordon. A double, 2 homers, and 4 runs batted in. That'll bring up Adam Riggs, who has struck out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. That was the 1,499th home run in Salt Lake franchise history. And the bucket's been opened up, and they're waving everybody off the field. We're going to have our first rain delay of the night, as it's raining the hardest that it has all night long. So it is pouring rain. Tell you what we'll do. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at the other scores around baseball, and we'll turn things back over to the ESPN radio network. But we'll take a break right here with a score in the 4th. Stingers 7, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp and clean that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Are you tired of going to all the same clubs? Wondering where all the fun went? It's at Club Neptune. The hottest place in Austin is Club Neptune. Every Friday, come party with the Neptune girls and hottest DJs spinning the coolest tracks. Club Neptune has 2 dance floors where you can hear the best hip-hop, dance, and old school. And we'll always
remember the 80s and keep you dancing all night. This Friday night, June 11th, we're having a hoedown with special guest Money Shot live and on stage. The Club Neptune Summer Concert Series brings you the best in entertainment. And on June 18th, we'll be sending some of our lucky members to see 311. So come down and win the tickets and meet Casey from 107.5 The End on 24th Street in Ogden, one block east of Washington at 2408 Adams. Remember, as always, ladies get in for free. Club Neptune is a private club for members.
All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where they're applying the tarp to the playing surface here as a steady rain is falling, although certainly nowhere near as hard as it was when we left to take that break. But they are going to put the tarp down. In the meantime, before we go to the ESPN Radio Network, let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. In the sixth inning at Oklahoma, the Redhawks and Iowa are tied 2-2. In the eighth at New Orleans, the Zephyrs and Colorado Springs are still tied 3-3. Omaha defeated Memphis 5-2. Las Vegas and Edmonton were rained out tonight. At Albuquerque in the fifth, the Isotopes lead Nashville 3-1. After one in Tucson, Tacoma leads the Sidewinders 2-0. And Portland is at Fresno. In the major leagues, the Cardinals lose to the Cubs 12-3 as Chicago scores 10 runs in the fourth. Elsewhere, Texas won game one of a doubleheader over the Pirates 9-7. The Rangers lead the nightcap 9-3 in the sixth. Arizona shut out Baltimore 3-0. Boston topped San Diego 9-3 as Kurt Schilling goes to 8-3 on the season. Manny Ramirez hits his 16th home run of the year. Florida knocked off Cleveland 4-1 as the Indians managed only 4 hits off of Carl Pavano and Armando Benitez. Tampa Bay topped San Francisco 5-2. Minnesota getting set to bat in the bottom of the ninth, trailing the Mets 2-1. With Torrey Hunter, Jock Jones and Matt LeCroy due up. Angels and Brewers scoreless in the second at Anaheim. Kansas City lost a doubleheader at home to Montreal 8-0 and 7-2. The Yankees topped Colorado 10-4. Detroit rallied for a 7-4 win over Atlanta. Los Angeles topped Toronto 6-1, and Phillies and White Sox were rained out in Chicago. And at halftime in the NBA, in a game you can hear over on 1320 KFAM, it's the Pistons 39 and the Lakers 32. And so that's a look at the scoreboard. And the rain has lessened considerably here, but we'll wait and see what kind of a decision is made in regards to the rain. But in the meantime, let's turn things back over to the ESPN Radio Network. And as soon as we resume play or have a decision made one way or the other, we'll let you know here on ESPN 1230.
120 feet of rope that takes you from a hovering chopper to the ground below in 7.5 seconds. The Army National Guard is your team. You face the tough challenges together and succeed because your team is there to push you toward your goal. Join our team on the web at 1-800-GO-GUARD.com or call 1-800-GO-GUARD in the Army National Guard. You can!
Sponsored by the Utah National Guard. Aired by the Utah Broadcasters Association and this station.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp and clean that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
Oh, geez, did you see the cable TV bill?
No.
It keeps going up every month.
Uh-huh.
I have had enough. I'm switching to DirecTV from Sky Satellite and getting total choice with local channels for only $29.99 a month for the first 6 months.
Well, if you're sick of paying for cable with prices way too high, you need to call my friends over at Sky Satellite. You'll get a whole lot more choices. Installation is free and get your SKY Satellite TV. Yeah, your DirecTV system.
Call Sky Satellite and get a free 4-room DirecTV system with installation. That's right, it's free. Call now, 1-866-TV-DIRECT. That's 1-866-TV-DIRECT for total choice with local channels for $29.99 a month for the first 6 months.
And get your SKY Satellite TV.
New residential customers only. Hardware and programming sold separately at $4.99 per second on each additional receiver. See store for details.
Here's the silver lining, though.
Yeah.
That you get Eric Musselman on the backside of this.
That's pretty good. So I'm willing to get through the updates for that. Also, we have Pirates Rangers, these are two. I mean, these are really the reason we have interleague matchups, right? Pirates Rangers, which was rained out the first 2 days. They got a doubleheader today. And the Mets Twins can't be rained out, unfortunately, because they have that dome on the Metrodome. But let's start in Minnesota, and then we'll give you an update after baseball on the Lakers, and then we'll get some analysis from the former head coach of the Golden State Warriors. That sound like a plan to you, John?
Sure, let's do that.
Let's start with Brad Miller, Mets Twins from the Metrodome. Here's an update. What do you got, Brad?
Guys, we're in the ninth, and the Mets still lead the Twins at 2-1. There are 2 outs, but the Twins do have a man on, and I would say are threatening. Matthew LeCroy is on first. Braden Looper in on relief, trying to close it out for Matt Ginter. Ginter was 1-0 coming into this game, looking to improve to 2-0. Looper on the mound now with 2 outs here in the bottom of the ninth. Mets leading the Twins 2-1. Matthew LeCroy is on first, and Jose Alfred coming up to the plate. 2-1. Mets lead the Twins with 2 outs in the bottom of the ninth. Now let's check out Terry Briggs with the Pirates and the Rangers.
Well, thanks a lot. Game 2 in the 6th inning now. It's 9-3 Texas. The Rangers have now put up 9 runs in both games of this doubleheader after they won Game 1 9-7. They posted 2 4-run innings here in Game 2. Mark Teixeira had a 3-run home run in the 4-run third, and then in the 5th, 3 straight hits loaded the bases against Pirates starter Josh Falk, so he was yanked for reliever Mike Johnston, and his first pitch to Brad Fulmer ended up in the bleachers in right field. Fulmer's 5th career grand slam. That made it 9-3 Texas, and that's where we stand in the bottom of the 6th. Live at AmeriQuest Field, I'm Terry Briggs for Game Night on ESPN Radio.
Fundamentals is what Ray Netchie is saying as the Minnesota Twins, Matthew LeCroy has come all the way around from first to score on a double, and Boyd just completely missed the cutoff man, didn't he?
Mike Cameron.
Was Mike Cameron? Mike Cameron missed the cutoff man. So now 2-2 as Braden Looper has blown a save for the New York Mets, and we do have a pretty good matchup at the Metrodome.
Hey, Doug, do you like good offense?
I usually do.
Okay, well, you're not going to like Game 3 of the NBA
Cover my ears.
You're not going to like this. Women and children tied. Lakers and Pistons have played 24 minutes, 24 brutal minutes, 24 offensive minutes. Let's get the latest with Richie Corbella. Richie?
Alrighty there, John. And halftime score, the Pistons 39-32 over the Lakers. Yes, offense is not there, but defense is the specialty. Both teams struggling for the field, with the Lakers 37%, Detroit's 35%. But personal fouls, Lakers are in foul trouble. Devin George with 3, Luke Walton with 3, Shaquille O'Neal has 2. But it puts the Pistons out in the free throw line, 12 for 18 to only 2 for 3. But a big story for the Lakers, Kobe Bryant, 0 for 4 from the field, just 1 point in this first half. Shaquille O'Neal, 12 for the Lakers. Richard Hamilton, 14 for the Pistons. We're at halftime here in Game 3 with the Pistons, 39-32 over the Lakers. Live here at the Palace, Rich Corbello for Game Night on ESPN Radio.
You know, you can look at this many different ways. You can look at this like, well, hey, the Pistons, defensively, it's good. They're up by 7. It's good. You can look at it from the Lakers' point of view. Kobe Bryant has 1 point, and they're only down 7. That's a victory.
You can also look at it as Kobe Bryant having 1 point. And, by the way, that 1 point was on a technical foul. So he didn't even score 1 point really on a free throw in regulation. But you can also think that maybe Kobe Bryant will have about 40 in the second half, which could easily... He has what Clark Kellogg of CBS likes to call spurtability. So he is spurtacious. By the way, so the Mets and Twins are now tied at 2. The Texas Rangers lead 10-3 in the second half of the doubleheader between the Rangers and the Pirates. The Pirates basically had a 2-day vacation in lovely Arlington, Texas. Wonder if they got a chance to go to Six Flags, not far from the ballpark. But bottom of the 6, 2 outs. But what we're looking for tonight, okay. And Rich York
is going to be piling through the stats. You know, we have our studs and duds at the end of the evening, but we're looking for the worst dud of the night. I mean, who has a really bad night in a doubleheader? Guy who plays 2 games, strikes out the most, gets probably 0 hits. We're going to find out who had a dud of a night. That's going to be the game we focus on. Because otherwise, like, why would you really care about Pittsburgh and Texas unless you're in Pittsburgh or Texas? The Rangers had a nice little year. But why would you care? We're going to give you a reason to care because we're looking for the absolute dud of the night, and maybe the absolute stud of the night.
A double dud?
The double dud.
The double dud.
The huge dud.
We're not talking double Dutch. Talking double dud. Log on to Game Night at ESPNRadio.com, people, if you want to send us your thoughts, your connotations on the double dud of the night. You can also vote in our poll question of this evening, which is on ESPNRadio.com. And that poll question, thanks for playing with our poll. That poll question is, which does the NBA need the most? And there's 5 options here if you can't make the choice. If it's kind of like going through the checkout line at the grocery store and you want to get a candy bar and you got like a ton of choices, we have a ton of choices for you here. 5 choices. 1, international expansion.
Okay.
2, minimum age requirement, and we're talking something above 14.
Yeah.
3, more white superstars.
14 don't remember. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
You said above 14.
4, more scoring. We could use that in the NBA Finals right now. Or 5, realignment, which actually they're doing next year.
Well, they're only aligning New Orleans in the West.
I know, but they're moving that over.
Right. I think what we more mean in realignment would be kind of like what baseball has. Where
have more divisions.
Right, more divisions, but not just more divisions, but if the power is going to be in the West, why are you having those teams beat each other's brains in? But watching the Detroit Pistons, maybe the East, the team with the best record in the NBA was the Indiana Pacers. They were in the East, and now we watch the Detroit Pistons, who have been dominant thus far in the first half and already are tied 1-1 despite playing the first 2 games in L.A., and they're out of the East, so maybe realignment doesn't really become a factor. I would say minimum age requirement would be something that would help this league. I just think that too many of these GMs get tempted, especially the owners get tempted by the possibility, by betting on a guy that for 3-4 years down the road is going to become a superstar like Jermaine O'Neal did. But by the way, Jermaine O'Neal doesn't play for the same team he was drafted by. He didn't become a star until late in that original important Trailblazer career. But you're really betting on that. You're betting on the LeBron Jameses. But I think this would it would quell it a little bit. Keep in mind that if the age requirement was 20, Amari Stoudemire still would have been eligible for the draft. He was 20 years old. He had gone to high school, then gone to prep school, and he was a little bit old to begin with. So some of these guys are older than you think. 20 wouldn't be that bad. It would just cut out the really young high school kids. And if nothing else, it makes them go to prep school for a year or college for a year or 2. And while David Stern says, well, we need an NBA minor league, you have a great minor league system in college basketball. It's prepared people for the NBA for years. Why you need to stomp on that, I have no idea. And it would save the NBA money instead of just lopping it into the NBDL, which is basically a tax write-off because they lose so much money from the NBA.
What I like is the idea of realignment, and it's not realignment like, okay, the West is beating the East, so we got to take some of the Western teams to the East and mold it like that. We're gonna have 30 NBA teams.
Okay.
30 NBA teams. You need more than 4 divisions.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Would you go with 6 divisions, five teams in a division?
If you're going to split it up, you're going to have 15 teams per conference, have 3 5-team divisions. That would change up the seeding process a little bit. 1, 2, 3 seeds go to the division leaders or the division winners, and you still get your top 8 all together the old-fashioned way. You got to play in. You got to be one of the best 8 records. I'm just thinking, it's. Once you get to 30, maybe it's a simpleton. I'm not saying we need 30 divisions.
Well, let's put these divisions together.
Yeah.
Well, we can do it. All we need is 5 teams, right?
Yeah.
So let's just say, let's go to the farthest point of the West. We only go in the West Coast and go like Lakers, Clippers, Sacramento Kings.
Yep.
And I guess do you throw Portland in there? Do you throw Seattle in there? Or do you make Seattle part of the Mountain Division?
Like with Denver.
Right. Because you got Denver.
Let's do it right here. This is our Western Division.
Okay.
We'll call it West. And we might.
By the way, you can help us out. Game Night at ESPNRadio.com, and we'll keep you updated on all the scores. The Mets are now in the top half of the 10th inning, and That looks like, is that a foul ball, or did that go off his glove? Maybe Ray Netchie can help us.
Or you just happy to see me?
Just a ball off the end of the bat. Okay, so. Oh, was it? It almost looked like it hit the batter.
All right. So let's go in the West. Lakers, Clips, Sacramento, and Portland. Portland's more in that division than Seattle.
Okay.
And then we'll go Mountain Division.
Okay, Mountain Division.
Seattle.
Yes.
Denver.
Yes.
But
Utah.
Oh yeah, Utah. They're in the mountains.
Okay.
We go in Phoenix.
Phoenix, and do we go with Minnesota? Or do you only have 5?
Well, that would be
Seattle.
No,
Denver.
Well, we got to add 5. We got to add a 5th team to the West.
It's got to be. We got to put Minnesota, or it's got to be one of the Texas teams, and I think you got to go with Minnesota.
Wait, what did we say out west? Lakers, Clippers, Sacramento, Blazers.
Yes.
Well, we got to throw Seattle in there because they're out west next. Since we got to have 5 team divisions.
But wait, you have Lakers? No, Golden State Warriors.
Oh, that's right.
Golden State Warriors.
That's right.
Yes.
All right. So then we got in the mountain. We got Seattle, Denver, Utah, Phoenix,
and it's got to be Minnesota, I think.
But Minnesota's farther east.
I understand, but there's no other teams in the West, because then you go the Southwest, which will be the 3 teams.
There you go. I'm with you.
New Orleans,
Houston, Texas, Houston,
Dallas,
San Antonio. We got San Antonio,
San Antonio, Dallas, and Houston.
New Orleans,
and then New Orleans, which is close to all 3 of those locations.
And then Memphis.
So there's your South. There's your Southwest.
This is easy.
Then your Southeast would have to be Miami.
Southeast is Miami,
Orlando, Charlotte, which now has another NBA team. Trying to explain that one.
They're the Bobcats. And by the way, the dance finals are tomorrow. If you want to be part of their dance team.
Okay. Well, I could get a late flight here. I'll look it up at Orbitz.com. I'll look for a late flight.
You can be in on that one. In Atlanta has to be in the
Atlanta has to. Is that 5?
At Miami, Orlando, Charlotte, Atlanta. We're down
one more.
We almost have to put. DC
could be DC.
Put DC in there.
There's got to be something we're missing. Is there a team that we're missing? Okay, let's start in the very Northeast Division. Which is New Jersey.
Yep.
New York. Boston.
Yeah.
Oh, now where do we go? I think you got to go with Philly and DC.
Here's the problem, though.
Right.
Here's the problem. Because you're then going to get a Midwest team in the Southeast, kind of like the Indianapolis Colts are in the Southeast Division,
right?
In the AFC in football. All right, let's go We'll call Midwest. We'll say Indiana.
Minnesota really should be in, but Indiana, Chicago.
You got to have Detroit.
Detroit's got to be in there.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee's got to be in there.
Milwaukee and Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks.
So that puts. So if we put D.C. in the Northeast, that means
who's left? There's one team that's
we're putting Toronto is in the Southeast.
See,
So we got to put Toronto in the Northeast and put D.C. in the Southeast.
Okay, so that's how it's got to be. I mean, look, they're flying on chartered planes anyway.
Here's the problem I have.
Yes,
is the NBA has seminars. They have weekly meetings in plush resorts.
Yeah.
In Phoenix, Arizona, in the middle of December or something like that, where they come up with things like this, but it takes them days, and they have this great spread of food. It costs a lot of money. It takes them days to do this, and we did this in 4 minutes. We came up with realignment in the NBA in 4 minutes.
Yes.
Without the palm trees.
Without the palm trees. And without the golf course.
And without any good food, because we got that pup tent over there.
Yes, we do have the pup tent. It's the cafeteria, but it's a debacle. That's another story for another day. With much attention on the NBA Finals.
Which is back underway.
And interleague play. Lakers actually have scored a basket. Hallelujah.
Down by 5.
Early in the game. The NHL awards are being overshadowed, but not here on game night. Stanley Cup champion and Coach of the Year, John Tortorella, gets his due next. It's game night. It's ESPN Radio.
ESPN Radio Sports Center.
I'm Jay Reynolds. Karl Malone says the knee injury that he sustained in Game 2 is exactly the same as the one that kept him out for 39 games this season, but that notwithstanding, Malone was in the starting lineup for Game 3 at the Palace. 3 points in the first half. That's 2 more than Kobe Bryant had. The only point he got was because of an illegal defense technical shot, which he was given and hit it for L.A. 1 point in the first half on 0 for 4 shooting from the floor. Lakers trailed at the half, and they still trail now. They're down 39-34 inside 11 minutes to go in the third quarter at the Palace, with the series tied at 1. To Major League Baseball, in the third inning in Anaheim, the Brewers have put up 4 runs off Aaron Seeley, and Milwaukee now has a 4-0 lead. Jeff Jenkins with a 3-run home run. Mets and Twins are playing in the 10th inning. They are tied at 2. Jose Offerman with an RBI double in the bottom of the 9th. 7th inning,
In Texas, Rangers a 10-3 lead on the Pirates. They're playing in the top of the 7th inning in Game 2 of their doubleheader. Rangers took the first game 9-7, hitting 3 home runs. Michael Young with a 2-run shot. Gary Matthews Jr. a 3-run home run in the first game. Devil Rays a 5-2 win over the Giants. Dodgers win in Toronto 6-1 over the Blue Jays. Marlins behind Carl Pavano's 8 2/3 innings. Beat the Indians 4-1. He gave up a run on 4 hits, striking out 7 to improve to 6-2. Diamondbacks shut out the Orioles 3-0. Steve Finley a 3-run home run and a 3-run 7th. Yankees a 10-4 victory over the Rockies. Bernie Williams with 3 hits, including number 2,000 for his career. Red Sox a 9-3 victory at home over San Diego. They take 2 of 3 in the series. Kurt Schilling gets victory number 8. Tigers at home a 7-4 come from behind win over the Braves. Detroit was held hitless into the 6th inning by Russ Ortiz. Expos take 2 in Kansas City. 8-0 as Zach Day tosses a 6-hitter in the opener. Expos take Game 2 7-2. Couple of home runs from Tony Batista as they sweep the doubleheader. Phillies and White Sox postponed by rain. As for the one National League game that was played in Chicago on Thursday afternoon, 12-3 Cubs win over the Cards. 10-run bottom of the 4th. Team record 11 hits in that frame. Moises Alou had a 3-run home run. Derek Lee a 2-run shot and 3 RBI in that inning. Sammy Sosa should be back with the Cubs next weekend. He's expected to spend 3 games in Double-A as he rehabs. The team says Kerry Wood could be back within a couple of weeks. From golf, opening round, 8 under 63 for Vijay Singh. He has a 1-shot lead over Frederick Jacobson.
Sports Center every 20 minutes, only on ESPN Radio.
Hi, Tom Bodette. As more people find their special someone on the internet, Motel6.com is in the matchmaking business too. After all, that's where you'll find Click 6 web bargains. Big discounts at Motel 6 that are only available online. It's how eligible travelers find the deal of their dreams. And we won't even lie about our height. I'm Tom Bodette for Motel6.com. I'm an outdoorsy Pisces who likes long road trips and leaving the light on for you. And a Core Hotel.
Penny Camp won't rest until every man in America is more sensitive. But endeavors like our Crying is OK workshop and Camp Cuddle have yet to make a difference. But Penny perseveres. She knows that at least one man can learn how to hug.
Think that's a waste of energy? You should see what your home is doing. Get Great Stuff Insulating Foam Sealant. It fills the cracks where heat and cold air escape. Look for Great Stuff in the red and yellow can anywhere home improvement products are sold.
Friday morning, a closer examination of my choice of Jerry Rice as the #1 athlete of the ESPN era.
Jerry Rice, Jim Rice, Darius Rice, Minute Rice, Rice University.
And my choice of Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson, Jesse Jackson, Jermaine Jackson, Michael Jackson, Janet Jackson, Nipple.
Oh, we can't have that. We can't have that. Wait again.
Janet Jackson, Nipple.
It's golf's toughest test. Win it and be forever engraved in history. Now, America's Championship returns to ESPN as Tiger Woods, Phil Mickelson, and Ernie Els seek immortality in the windswept hills of Shinnecock. The New York Gallery is waiting.
Oh, what a good shot that is.
The 2004 U.S. Open. Miss a hole and miss history. Live coverage begins Thursday, June 17th on ESPN.
ESPN Radio. Find us on the web at ESPNradio.com. Look at that. Log on to ESPNradio.com and save it as your favorite or make it your homepage. I'd like to take her home. Listen live 24/7 or check out ESPN Radio moments you missed at ESPNradio.com.
And the women of all night.
Oh, yeah. And the women of all night in full living color.
That's what I'm talking about.
ESPNradio.com.
Check it out, Josh Jermaine Dupree, the host of Cutting Up, part of ESPN2's Block Party. This Tuesday, the Block Party is on. Set it off at 7, Hot Sauce and the Professor break it down in N1 Street Ball. At 7:30, it's Cutting Up. I'll be hanging in the only place where everybody has a stage, the barbershop. At 8, it's the Hookup. Finally, an all-new season of N1 Street Ball at 8:30.
The Block Party, all summer long, Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2.
Now on DVD. Play to win.
Ain't nobody touch me. You cost us the game. Really have an obligation to be a role model? Look, I just want to play football.
Playmakers, a complete ESPN series.
We sent him to you so that he would play.
The Sports Illustrated Gold Show of the Year.
Are you getting rid of me?
The controversial series everyone is talking about. Who is she? With Smash Mouth extras.
I will slap you at the knee.
Playmakers, the 3-disc box set. Tackle it today on DVD. This is who you are. This is The Herd. The Herd with Colin Cowherd.
The shower is off the main room, which is also the living room / bedroom, and it's 3 feet from the kitchen. There are times now that my parts come dangerously close to fresh meat and produce. So my wife is sitting there, and my best friend is sitting there. But I'm looking around and I'm thinking, my wife's seen me naked. My best friend, who we've worked out several times in our life, he's seen me naked. And I'm thinking to myself, do I take my shirt off and walk by them casually and then slowly build into nudity? And if I do take my clothes off, will somebody get the wrong idea and start to undress and join me? I'm just trying to wash up, not start Caligula. And here's the funny thing about this. When my wife's friend was over, I didn't even think about this. I could take my shirt off.
Should have considered how she felt about it.
Duke, have you ever been naked in mixed company?
Going to have to be a little more specific than that.
Don't be left out of The Herd. Only on ESPN Radio.
Get excited for the 2004 WNBA season.
Put it up and got it. Lauren Jackson. Pulling open. A three-pointer.
The rookie sensations have arrived.
What a great move by Elena Beard.
Taurasi, she is special. Taurasi, Beard, Powell, and Whalen join the world's best in women's basketball for another sizzling summer. The WNBA plays all summer long on ESPN2 and ABC Sports.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field. The rain has stopped. They've taken the tarp off the field. The grounds crew has done their work, and all we need now is for Wayne Gomes to finish up his warm-up tosses, and we'll be ready to go as Gomes replaces Steve Woodard. Woodard goes 3 2/3 innings, gives up 10 hits, 7 runs, 6 of them earned. He struck out 2 and did not walk a batter. He did give up a couple of home runs. And for Wayne Gomes, this will be his 23rd appearance of the season. In 33 innings, he's given up 49 hits, 21 runs, 17 of them earned. He has struck out 18 and walked 10. Gomes 2-1 with a 4.64 earned run average. He has recorded 1 save, and the PCL is batting .358 against right-hander Wayne Gomes, a veteran in his 12th year of professional baseball. He's appeared in 321 Major League games with Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Boston. This will be his 3rd appearance of the year against Salt Lake. He's given up 2 earned runs on 8 hits and 4 2/3 innings against the Stingers this year. So Wayne Gomes finishing up his warm-up. Mike Brumley going down to the coach's box at third. Stingers with a 7-0 lead with the bases empty and 2 outs. Again, Brian Gordon opened the scoring with a 2-run double in the first. An RBI triple by Casey Smith in the second. A solo homer by Gordon in the third. Also an RBI triple by Johnson. And then in the 4th inning, Speck triple was driven in on a single by Casey Smith. And then Brian Gordon with another home run before the rain suspended play. So now we're ready to resume, and Adam Riggs to lead things off with 2 outs and nobody on base. Adam has struck out and flied out in 2 plate appearances. It appears that Eric Sear is also done for the night. Scott Dunn is throwing in the bullpen as Riggs swings at the first pitch and pops it up foul to the right of home plate. Strike 1. So no balls, 1 strike the count on Adam Riggs. Stingers 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. Sacramento, no runs, 1 hit and 1 error. Gomes the 0-1. Change up a little bit high, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Oakland signed Gomes as a free agent in December after he spent all of last year at AAA Scranton Wilkes-Barre. 1-1 pitch on the way, and Riggs takes high, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Exactly 30 minutes on the delay. Now the 2-1. Riggs swings and lines 1 foul. Down by the Salt Lake bullpen. The count's even on Riggs at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 7-0 in favor of Salt Lake. Brian Gordon with a big night so far, a double, 2 homers, and 4 RBI. Now Gomes ready, the 2-2 to Riggs. Bird ball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Rose, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Again, 7 o'clock start tomorrow and Saturday, 2 o'clock Sunday. The weather forecast much better for the rest of this series. Now the 3-2 payoff pitch. Riggs swings and misses. Over a splitter, he struck him out, and that retires the side. The Stingers scored 2 runs in the inning on 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. At the end of 4, it's the Stingers 7 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
Whether you're trading your car in or you want to keep it forever, then get those nasty dents and dings removed by Dent Pro. Mobile, convenient, 100% satisfaction guaranteed. Call today toll-free, 1-877-DENT-PRO.
Pick up in the front lot.
In a calm sea, everyone seems to be a good pilot. But the car buying experience is the perfect storm. Don't get stranded on the no-win, you-lose island.
The weather started getting rough. The time the ship was tough.
Oh, loving. Not another 3-hour car buying tour. Have you seen Teddy?
Welcome to the Mark Marine Minutes, your no-nonsense answers to your car buying and credit questions.
You know, we judge our car credit by what we feel we are capable of doing, but the banks judge our car credit by what we have already done. Hi, Mark Marine here with Marine Credit Systems. Here's what my car dealership does. We paint the car credit picture. We paint it in Technicolor on a big screen. We do it with Dolby Digital Sound. We make the point.
Wow.
Call Marine Credit Systems now at 467-9980. Marine Credit Systems, 467-9980. 467-9980.
Keep up and running with Winter Fix support this season. Winter Fix is going on right now at Butters Tractors in Tremont. It's the perfect time to take care of all your postseason equipment maintenance and repairs. You'll receive valuable discounts on the parts and services you need to get ready for the upcoming season, including New Holland batteries, oils, and filters. Plus, when you see the New Holland plan for a minimum $1,000 purchase of genuine New Holland parts and service, you'll make no payments and pay no interest until February 2003. Hurry into Butters Tractors in Tremont today for Winter Fix savings, subject to credit qualifications.
Changes for the Stingers as we go to the 5th inning. Victor Gutierrez comes into the ball game to play third base. He will bat in Darren Erstad's number 2 spot. Rob Quinlan moves over from third to first, and on the pitch now is right-hander Scott Dunn. For Dunn, this will be his 22nd appearance of the season. In 31 innings, he's given up 26 hits. 18 runs, 15 of them earned. Scott 2-2 with a 4.35 earned run average. PCL batting .230 against Dunn. Adam Morrissey to lead things off. He takes low, ball 1. Morrissey is popped to first and fly to center field. Dunn this year, 4 1/3 innings, 3 hits allowed, 1 run earned against Sacramento as he misses in the dirt, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Morrissey, who again comes into this ball game with a 10-game hitting streak. Well, Eric Sears' debut, a good one for the Stingers. He allowed only 1 hit in 4 innings, no runs. He struck out 2 and walked 4, and he hit a batter. The 2-0 pitch, fastball low, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Morrissey. Here in the 5th inning to lead things off. Dunn's pitch in at the knees, a strike, and it's 3-1. Scott has struggled with his control at times this year. 3 balls, 1 strike the count. Now Dunn's pitch. Swung on and lofted into center field. Gordon racing back, still going back. Stopping shy of the track, he got turned around, and the ball landed 10 feet to his left. And into second base is Adam Morrissey with a double. Ryan racing back, ran it down and out instead of a post pattern. The ball landed to his right as he got twisted around on that one. And so Morrissey has his 9th double of the year and extends his hitting streak to 11 games. That'll bring up Matt Watson, who's grounded to short and fly to center field. Time now for a reset of the Stingers' defensive alignment here in the 5th inning. Courtesy of the Phone Directories Company. Adam Riggs at left, Brian Gordon at center, Gary Johnson at right. Victor Gutierrez at third, Casey Smith at short, Ryan Specht at second, and Rob Quinlan at first. A battery of Scott Dunn pitching and Will Nieves catching. Runner at second, nobody out. The pitch. In at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1 to Matt Watson. Scott Dunn, 6'3", 180 in his 6th professional season out of San Antonio, Texas. Glances back towards second, and now the 0-1 home. Fastball outside at the knees, evens the count on Watson at 1 ball and 1 strike. 7-0 Stingers. We're in the 5th. Dunn ready, the pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Watson. Stinger fans, Utah's Hogle Zoo will again be at Franklin Covey Field on Saturday, June 12th, with various educational animals on hand for everyone of all ages to enjoy. Now the 2-1 pitch on the way to Watson. Swung on in line, and a leaping catch made by Casey Smith at short, and he'll flip to second for the double play. Sensational grab by Casey Smith to take a hit away from Matt Watson. Morrissey started, stopped, and went again as he thought that Smith wasn't going to be able to catch that ball. But Casey timed his jump perfectly and made the backhand grab, and had plenty of time to flip it over to Brian Specht for the double play. And with that double play, another $5 goes to the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. Here's Mike Edwards, who's bounced to short and grounded to first. Dunn's first pitch to Edwards is in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. You can visit www.hoglezoo.org for all your local zoo information. Now Dunn ready, the 0-1. Low and inside for a ball to the right-hand batter. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. And the rain has stopped for the time being. 1 out away from making this an official ball game. The pitch is low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Lakers now trailing the Pistons by 16 in the 3rd quarter, 60-44. With 3:49 left in the 3rd. Wow. Now the 2-1 pitch to Edwards. Swung on and launched towards left. It's going back to the warning track. He'll have room, and at the edge of the track makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit. With the double play, nobody left on base. We have ourselves an official ball game. After 4.5, it's the Stingers 7 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
It's a wild day here at the stock market. Let's talk to some traders. How you doing?
I'm taking a shelling, but I'm still gelling.
Okay, and how about you?
I'm gelling and selling. Gelling and selling.
My trades are smelling. Mine too. But who cares?
We're gelling.
Are you gelling yet? Dr. Scholl's massaging gel insoles are making the softest gel ever created. If you and your feet don't feel outrageously comfortable, you get your money back. Guaranteed. Are you gelling? Dr. Scholl's.
Opportunity isn't just knocking, it's pounding. Right now you can pick any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years through American Honda Finance Corporation. So get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Financing available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 60 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 financed. Offer good through June 30th, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and it's 7-0 Stingers. Rob Quinlan to lead things off. The 1-ball pitch is a fastball in at the knees for a strike, 1-1. Quinlan, Thrower, and Gary Johnson do up the 5, 6, and 7 hitters in the Salt Lake batting order. The pitch, Quinlan swings over the top of a splitter for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Stingers with a 7-0 lead as they've scored at least 1 run in each of the first 4 innings. Quinlan so far is twice flied to Watson in right field. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball, sharply hit towards third. Teahan, a nice move to his left, flags it down and throws out route by a step. Nice play by Mark Teahan over at third, and there's 1 down here in the fifth rather. That'll bring up Jake Thrower, who's 1 for 2, singled and scored back in the 3rd inning. Time now to find out who's hot and who's cold in PCL, brought to you by your Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Keep cool this summer and warm next winter. Visit any of your Utah area Bryant Heating and Cooling dealers. Longest active hitting streak belongs to Chris Burke of New Orleans. He's hit safely in 14 straight. Nick Theodoro of Las Vegas in 12 straight. Thrower takes a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Thrower, clean single to right his last time up, scored all the way from first on a triple by Gary Johnson. The 0-1, Thrower takes inside and low, a ball, 1-1. Trinidad Hubbard has reached safely in 26 straight games, a .422 batting average and a .496 on-base percentage during that streak. Now the 1-1, fastball outside at the knees, ball 2. 2-1 the count on Thrower. Antonio Perez of Las Vegas has reached safely in 24 straight games. Now the 2-1. Swing and a tap foul behind home plate, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Team-wise, hottest team, Oklahoma's won 3 in a row. Iowa's won 3 in a row. Sacramento and Fresno have won 7 of 10. There's a breaking ball, strike 3 called to the inside corner at the belt. Jake jumped back out of the way, thinking that was coming inside. The home plate umpire, Jack Samuel, says no. And Wayne Gomes picks up his 2nd strikeout in 3 batters. 2 out, nobody out for Gary Johnson, who tripled to right center field his last time up. One of 3 3-baggers for the Stingers in this ball game. On the cold side, the Stingers have lost 8 of 10. Colorado Springs has dropped 7 of 10. And Albuquerque's lost 3 straight. There's a changeup outside of left-hand batter Gary Johnson for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 2 out, the base is empty. The pitch, fastball outside at the belt, ball 2. 2-0 the count on Johnson. Now Gomes ready, the 2-0. Changeup is high, ball 3. 3-0 the count on Gary. Gomes appeared in 46 games for Scranton Wilkes-Barre last year as he had 2 stints on the DL as he pours in a fastball down the middle for a strike. Missed a couple of weeks with a strained upper right arm and missed another 2 weeks with a strained upper right side. That injury happened 1 week after he came back from the arm injury. 3-1 pitch, Johnson swings and pops it up foul. Third base side, that's going to hit the facing of the roof and carry him back down below. That builds the count at 3-2. Many of those who were with us at the start have left the building. A few more have stayed, a lot of them underneath the overhang of the upper deck as it started to rain again here at the ballpark. 3-2 pitch to Gary, into the dirt, ball 4. So Johnson's aboard with a 2-out walk. That's the first walk issued by Gomes and by Sacramento pitching in the ball game. So a runner at first, 2 outs. That'll bring up Will Nieves, who doubled and scored in the 2nd inning. Flied out to left in the 3rd as he hit a rope that sent Mike Edwards back just shy of the track in left field. So Gary Johnson at first with 2 outs, and Will Nieves is the batter. Infield, back the outfield straight away for Will. Gomes ready, the pitch. Change up inside, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Gomes lists as his hobbies listening to music, dancing, and cleaning cars. 1 ball to count. The pitch. Davis swings and fouls it off to the right of home plate into the top row of the upper deck. That evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Again, the Angels activate Garrett Anderson after missing 42 games with an arthritic condition. But doing much better since the change of medication. The 1-1 pitch. Davis swings and misses over a splitter. 1 and 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Johnson a short lead at first, being held on by the first baseman, Dan Johnson. Now Combs the 1-2 into the dirt. Ball 2, 2 and 2. Pitch stopped by the catcher Rose, sliding across to his right. Anderson went on the disabled list back on April the 28th, his first in on the DL in 10 major league seasons. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count on Davis. The pitch. Swinging a ground ball off the mound over second base and into center field. A base hit. Johnson will take the turn at second and go to third as the throw is lobbed in towards second base. So Will Davis has his second hit of the ball game, and the Stingers have runners at the corners with 2 out. Here's Brian Specht, who's 1 for 2. He lined hard for the second baseman Morrissey in the second, tripled and scored in the fourth. And Anderson taking the place of Raul Mondesi on the Angels roster. Mondesi with a tear in his right quadricep muscle after only 8 games for the Angels. So runners at the corners, 2 out. The first pitch to Specht is low and outside to the left-hand batter. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Tim Salmon has already been activated. He went 3 for 3 yesterday against Milwaukee. The 1-0. Specht grounds one past the mound. This time the shortstop Castro to his left has it. And flips to the second baseman Morrissey for the force, and that'll do it for the Stingers in the 5th as they're held off the scoreboard for the first time tonight. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2 men on base, and so after 5 complete, it's the Stingers 7 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
Ever wonder who coined the phrase, "We eliminate the middleman"? Well, one thing's pretty certain. It wasn't the middleman. And how did they eliminate him? Something fishy there. But I digress. Geico pioneered direct-to-consumer car insurance over 65 years ago, and they've been saving smart drivers money ever since. Give them a call, and you might ask them, what did they do with the middleman?
Geico's customer satisfaction stands at 97%. How would you rate your car insurance company? Geico. 1-800-947-AUTO. 15 minutes could save you 15%.
Opportunity isn't just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick any new Honda motorcycle, scooter, or ATV in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years through American Honda Finance Corporation. So get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele. Financing available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 60 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 financed. Offer good through June 30th, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Running low on cash because of gas prices? Well, FastCart has your recreation solution without taking out a payday loan. Just in time for summer. Cool down specials. $5 off all races, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday for the month of June. Smoking. Date night deals, play 2 races, and $20 in gift certificates to Red Robin. FastCart helps you give your date the thrill of a lifetime for only $45. If gas prices have got you down so low that not even our regular screaming deals will bring you in, try this. Monday, 10-minute sessions are $10. Or Sunday, try till you try. All the racing you can get in for one low price. Getting married? Plan your bachelor party at FastCard. FastCard won't give the future Mrs. You something to bring up in every little argument from now till the day you die. FastCard Indoor Speedway is your place to race in Salt Lake. Call FastCard at 973-4735 or on the web at fastcartspeedway.com. Some conditions apply. Offers may not be combined.
You asked for it. Now at Upper Limit Fitness, we're pleased to announce that our new...
Are you tired of that factory paint and interior? Howard Labor Motor is the place to take your vehicle for all your vehicle
All right, we go to the 6th inning. It's 7-0 in favor of the Stingers. It'll be Graham Kuntz, Nick Swisher, and Dan Johnson to face right-hander Scott Dunn, who begins his 2nd inning of relief. Kuntz batted twice against Eric Sear and walked twice. First pitch swinging, fouls one back into the screen for strike one. 7 runs, 11 hits, no errors for Salt Lake. No runs, 2 hits, and 1 error for Sacramento. Shift is on. The shortstop Smith over on the first base side of second. There's a breaking ball strike on the inside corner under the letters. 0-2. Victor Gutierrez all by himself playing where the shortstop might normally be. But he's all by himself between second and third. Now the wind in the 0-2. Change up just outside the ball. 1-2 the count. It's also time to find out who's or what else is happening under the lights tonight at the PCL and Major League Baseball. Brought to you by GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on Kuntz. The pitch. Curveball of beauty. Strike 3 call. First strikeout for Dunn, and there's 1 out here in the 6th. That'll bring up Nick Swisher, who's 0 for 1. Got hit by a pitch his last time up. Switch hitter turns around to bat left-handed against the righty Dunn. They're at the 9th at Oklahoma. Iowa and the Redhawks tied at 2. Colorado Springs snapped the 3-all tie with 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to beat New Orleans 7-3 to snap the skid in which they had lost 7 of 10. Pitch to Swisher, a fastball high, ball 1. Well, Calvin Pickering starting to heat up again. He hit his league-leading 22nd and 23rd home runs tonight in Omaha's 5-2 win over Memphis. Now the 1-0 pitch to Swisher. Fastball down the middle, held high for a strike, 1-1. Las Vegas at Edmonton rained out. They're in the 7th at Albuquerque. The Isotopes lead Nashville 6-1. Now the 1-1 pitch to Swisher. Fastball low, ball 2. 2-1 the count. After 2 in Tucson, Tacoma leads the Sidewinders 3-2. And in the 4th at Fresno, the Grizzlies lead Portland 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch to Swisher. Swing and a fastball to foul back 2-2. National League, the Cubs blasted the Cardinals 12-3. Chicago with a 10-run 4th. Home runs by Moises Alou, Derek Lee, and Todd Walker. And in interleague play, we'll tell you about after the 2-2. Swisher swings and slices one deep but foul down the left field side into the upper deck. Texas took 2 from Pittsburgh, 10-4, and 9-7. 9-7 the opener. Francisco over Meadows. Michael Young and Gary Matthews Jr. and Herbert Perry all homered for the Rangers in that one. In the second game, Texas won it 10-4 as Kenny Rogers moves his record to 9-2 for Texas. 2-2 pitch to Swisher, swing and a miss, and a fastball up out of the strike zone. He struck him out. Back-to-back punch-outs for Scott Dunn, and there's 2 down here in the 6th. That'll bring up Dan Johnson, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice his last time up. They're going to the bottom of the 12th in Minnesota. The Twins, looking for a sweep of the Mets, are tied with New York at 2-2. After 4.5 at Anaheim, the Angels trail Milwaukee 4-1. Jeff Jenkins with his 6th home run for the Brewers. First pitch to Johnson, fouled back, strike 1. As Milwaukee hit Aaron Seeley with 4 runs in the 3rd inning. Montreal took 2 from Kansas City. Expos winning the opener 8-0. And then they took the nightcap 7-2. A pair of home runs by Tony Batista. Breaking ball to the dirt evens the count on Johnson at 1-1. Detroit rallied with 2 in the 6th and 4 in the 7th to beat Atlanta 7-4. Mike Maroth, who lost 21 games last year, picks up the win and is now 5-3. The 1-1 pitch to Johnson. Fastball, strike under the letters, 1-2. Yankees rally past Colorado 10-4. Arizona shuts out Baltimore 3-0 with a 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Backdoor curveball that broke back over the outside corner. And Scott Dunn strikes out the side in order in the 6th. 1-2-3, nothing across. And after 5 1/2 innings of play, it's the Stingers 7 and Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
You're
listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
What are the two fastest growing crimes in Utah? They're fraud and forgery. Don't be a victim. Have your sensitive and confidential documents disposed of safely by the professionals at Certified Shred. Certified Shred has been handling the removal of sensitive documents for over 5 years, so they know exactly what they're doing. And with Certified Shred, you can have your items shredded on site with Certified Shred's state-of-the-art mobile shredding truck. Or you can let the Certified Shred secured personnel do it on their off-site location. At Certified Shred, security is priority. These aren't just guys with a shredder and a garbage can from the local office supply store. They're law enforcement officers with over 30 years of experience. These people are the best. For the most in security and peace of mind, let Certified Shred protect you. To contact the bonded and insured professionals at Certified Shred, call 972-4748. That's Certified Shred, 972-4748.
Spring is here, and that means shorter nights. But just because there's more daylight doesn't mean you don't still need better everyday lighting. Your local Ace Hardware stores and GE Lighting can help. GE Lighting has replaced the ordinary incandescent bulb with the new Reveal bulb. Reveal bulbs make colors so crisp, clean, that you truly see the difference. Guaranteed. Reveal bulbs from GE Lighting at your local Ace Hardware. Ace, the helpful place.
All right, we go to the bottom of the sixth inning. Stingers out in front of Sacramento by a score of 7-0. Top of the order due up: Casey Smith, Victor Gutierrez, and Brian Gordon. And Casey Smith to start it off. 3 for 3. 2 singles, a triple, and 2 runs batted in for Casey, who's been on an absolute tear of late. He's hit safely in 6 straight games and has 2 or more hits in the last 5. First pitch to Smith from Gomes, low and outside, a breaking ball, ball 1. Finishing off our scoreboard, Florida winner at Cleveland by a score of 4-1. Breaking ball into the knees is strike 1-1. Boston and Kurt Schilling beat San Diego 9-3. Schilling now 8-3 on the year. Dodgers top Toronto 6-1. The 1-1 pitch, swinging a high chopper towards the mound. Gomes gloves it on the first half, measures the throw, and tosses to first for the out. Smith retired for the first time tonight. That'll bring up Victor Gutierrez, batting for the first time in the ball game. Gutierrez replacing Darren Erstad, batting .267. 4 doubles, no triples, 1 homer, and 5 runs batted in for Victor. Facing Sacramento pitching for the first time this year. Tampa Bay beat San Francisco again, 5-2 the final. Now the pitch to Gutierrez, a curveball, low and outside, ball 1. Phillies and White Sox were rained out in Chicago. There's a pitch, strike to the knees, 1-1. And in the NBA, the Pistons about to go up 2-1 with 8:42 to go. They lead the Lakers 72-52. There's a pitch, crack foul, first base side. That's going to wind up in the upper deck. And the count on Gutierrez, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Victor at the plate, came into play third base. Quinlan moving over from third to first. Darren came out of the ball game. There's a breaking ball into the dirt, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Activity in the Stinger bullpen as right-hander Ben Weber is throwing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Swinging a tap foul, and Victor banked that one off his left foot or instep. That hurts. The cooler the night, the more it hurts, too. Be on the lookout for the Geico Insurance run of the game. The first time the Stingers extend their lead after the 5th inning. That's the Geico Insurance run. Rex Olson, your local Geico rep, will donate $10 to the Air Force Fund for every Geico Insurance run of the game. There have been 15 so far this year. Here's a ground ball, first base side. Diving to his left, Johnson gets it, goes to first, and gets there before Gutierrez with a slide. Great effort by Dan Johnson, taking extra bases away from Victor Gutierrez with his dive towards the line. And then scrambling to his feet and then diving to the bag at first, just ahead of Gutierrez. So 2 outs, and the batter will be Brian Gordon. A 2-run double in the first, a solo homer in the third, and a bases empty blast in the fourth. Now the pitch on the way, curveball inside at the knees, ball 1. Gordon with 2 home runs. Trying to join that select group who have hit 3 home runs in a game for the Buzzer Stingers. But here he pops it up foul, third base side of home plate. Rose near the railing, can't get to it as it lands on top of the dugout. And Rose goes over the railing into the batters, or into the Bat Boys pit, for lack of a better term. But he's none the worse for wear, it appears. Good effort on the part of Rose. The count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Now Combs ready to pitch. Swinging a foul off the glove of the catcher, Mike Rose, and the count's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 7-0 Salt Lake here in the bottom half of the 6th. Now the pitch, breaking ball low, and the count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. As the rain again starts to fall here at the ballpark. The 2-2 pitch, curveball low. And that fills the count at 3-2. The others who have hit 3 home runs in the game, Tim McIntosh in 94. Bernardo Brito did it twice in 94. Tom Quinlan in 95. Casey Blake in 2000. And Sal Pisano in 2002. As Gordon takes high for ball 4. Second walk issued by Gomes. Runner at first, 2 outs. Here's Adam Riggs, who's 0 for 3. Struck out twice and flied to right. So far in this one. We're at the bottom of the 6th. Stingers leading 7-0. Riggs waits the pitch. Outside a ball, ball 1. 1-0 the count on Adam. Gomes 30-23 lifetime in the big leagues with 29 saves. Now the 1-0. Inside with a changeup, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Two balls, no strikes the count of the right-hand hitting Adam Riggs. Gomes ready to pitch. Low, ball 3. 3-0 the count. 3 balls, no strikes. Rob Quinlan due next. Now Gomes ready to pitch. Fastball down the middle for a strike, and it's 3-1. Three balls and a strike the count on Riggs. Straightaway stance at the plate for the right-hand batter. Gomes pitch. Fouled as Riggs took a hack at a fastball and sent it back into the screen. That fills the count at 3-2. In game 2 of this series set for tomorrow. Steve Green for the Stingers against Mike Wood for Sacramento. There goes the runner on the 3-2. The pitch is launched towards right center. Swisher on the run, still on the run. It's over his head and up against the wall. Gordon around third will score. Riggs is into second base with an RBI double. And the Stingers now lead it 8-0. For Riggs' 12th double, it is 28th run batted in. So that is the 12th hit of the ball game for the Stingers. And that is their 9th extra base knock. That'll bring up Rob Quinlan, who's 0 for 3. He's twice flied to right. Hit a rocket to third that Keehan made a nice play to his left on and threw out Quinlan to lead off the 5th. Breaking ball in at the knees for a strike 0-1. Activity beginning to serve in the Sacramento bullpen. Left-hander Ron Flores starting to throw as the rain has lessened up a bit. There's a breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Rose, and that evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. And Quinlan just back. Played in only 12 games in over a month's time with the Angels. Now the 0-1. Swung on and line foul down towards the Stingers bullpen along the right field line. And the count on cue, 1 ball and 2 strikes. He was hitting .308 with the Stingers at the time of his promotion. 1-2 the count. Riggs the lead at second as Gomes deals. Breaking ball into the dirt, blocked by the catcher Rose, sliding across to his right. The count's even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Saturday night, 7 o'clock. Joe Blanton, a right-hander, going for Sacramento against righty Mike Brunet for the Stingers. There's a pitch, tap foul behind home plate. Still 2-2. Sunday, it'll be Jason Middlebrook against Kirk Sarlos. Then the Stingers head to Tacoma for a 6-game series in 4 days. Single game Monday. Doubleheader Tuesday afternoon. Single game Wednesday and 2 games Thursday. Here's a pitch into the dirt. Pops away from Rose. Riggs will go to third. The throw not in time. So the count is full at 3-2 with Riggs at third. We'll see how they rule it. And Thursday's doubleheader is the completion of a suspended game from when the Stingers were there on May 10th. It's 2-0 Salt Lake after 2.5 innings. And then they'll play the regularly scheduled game. So for all intents and purposes, again, 6 games in 4 nights. 3-2 to Quinlan. Swung and grounded towards short. Castro up with it. The step and the throw to first, on target and in time to retire the side. 1 run on 1 hit. No errors. 1 runner left. We go to the 7th. It's the Stingers 8, Sacramento nothing on ESPN 1230.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct Insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
Hi, this is Hot Rod Hundley. The hottest ticket this year for the 4th of July is the Hot Rockin' Force at the Weber County Fairgrounds in Ogden. On July 3rd, Utah's biggest demolition derby, rock crawlers, snowmobile grass drag, plus food and fun for the whole family. The sizzle gets serious in the afternoon with monster truck rides and shows, high-flying motocross, and then the demolition derby takes center stage. And then it's Diamond Rio and fireworks. And then on July 4th, the biggest fireworks show in the state. Tickets are available at all Smith Tips locations and the Golden Spike Event Center. Purchase a value meal at participating Burger Kings and get $2 off on your Hot Rockin' 4th ticket. Remember, July 3rd, the Hot Rockin' 4th ticket, including Diamond Rio and all the motorsports, is just $13 in advance. Sponsored by Burger King, Coca-Cola, Bank of Utah, Standard Exam, Golden Spike Event Center, America First Credit Union, and Westland Ford. You gotta love it, baby. Hi, this is Hot Rod Hundley. When your day of golf is in the bag, you just want to sit back and relax.
All right, we go to the 7th inning. Stingers leading 8-0, and Ben Weber makes his first appearance in his Salt Lake uniform. First AAA appearance since he was a Fresno Grizzly during the 2000 season. Mike Rose to lead things off. He grounds 1 foul off the fence in front of the third base dugout. Strike 1. Weber sent down as he's been struggling with the Angels. In 18 appearances, he was 0-2 with an 8.06 earned run average. So Ben trying to find things back in place and get back to the big league. Here's a pitch low for a ball, 1-1. Scott Dunn went 2 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. He struck out 3 and did not walk a batter. Weber, a vital part of that run in 2002. There's a pitch fouled back into the screen for a strike, and it's 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Now the catcher, Nieves. Out for a quick word with Weber, who's 6'4", 205 in his 14th season of professional baseball. Now Weber ready. The pitch. Low and outside. DeRose batting left-handed against the righty Weber. The count's even at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 8-0 Stingers. We're in the 7th. They've scored in every inning but the 5th. Now Weber, the 2-2. Slap foul outside the bag at third. Still 2 balls and 2 strikes. Last year with the Angels, Ben was 5-1. 62 appearances with a 2.69 earned run average. As a matter of fact, he's appeared in 181 games over the last 3 seasons combined heading into this year. Now Weber with that herky-jerky motion, the pitch. Strike 3 called in at the knees. That's the 4th straight strikeout for Stingers pitching in the ball game, and there's 1 out here in the 7th. That'll bring up Mark Teahan, who's been up twice, and he has walked twice. Since the starter Sear didn't go the full 5 necessary for a win, it's likely to go to Dunn. There's a fastball low, ball 1 to Teahan. Weber, the father of triplets. A 1-0. Swinging a foul back. Evens the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. 5,828 the paid here on a Thursday night. Many of them, though, with the rain and the cold and the delay, have gone home. But a substantial number have stayed. 1 ball, 1 strike the count on Mark Teahan. Weber's pitch inside with a fastball. 2 balls and a strike. Now the pitch in for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Seems to me I remember meeting Ben's wife when she was expecting the triplets. The 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a changeup. 2 batters, 2 outs here in the 7th on strikeouts. That'll bring up Ramon Castro, who twice in this game came to the plate with the bases loaded and 2 out. He struck out swinging in the 2nd and flied to Brian Gordon in shallow center in the 4th. So 2 outs, nobody on base. The pitch and a breaking ball's in at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. Weber bounced around 96. He was pitching for Salinas in independent ball. There's a fastball low, 1-1. Then spent 2 years in Taipei before signing with the Giants in 99. Spent the entire year there and most of 2000 with Fresno. There's a swing and a ground ball and back to third, and it took a bad hop behind Gutierrez. Off his glove, Smith there to back it up. As Gutierrez was going to his right to get that ball, at the last minute it took a right turn, and he lunged back to his left to try to get a glove on it. He did, but couldn't control it. That's a tough error. That should not be an error. A runner at first base, 2 outs. That'll bring up Adam Morrissey, who doubled his first time up. The pitch, fastball in at the knees, a strike, 0-1. Again, Gutierrez was going to the line to get it, and all of a sudden that ball took a hop behind him, and he had to reach back with his glove to get to it. First error charged to the Stingers in the ball game as the 0-1 comes home. Swung on and crushed to right center field. Johnson going back. It's up there, and it is gone. A 2-run home run to the opposite field for Adam Morrissey. And it's now an 8-2 ball game. So the error extends the inning. And Morrissey hits his 5th home run, driving in his 22nd and 23rd runs. That's his 3rd home run out of 5 against Salt Lake. That'll bring up Matt Watson. Watson 0 for 3. Now the pitch. Swung on, grounded toward short, scooped up by Casey Smith. The step and the throw to first in time for the out. And that retires the side. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error, and nobody left on base. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark, and as always, the 7th inning stretch is brought to you by Upper Limit Fitness. Now with 3 locations, Salt Lake, Gorham, and Layton, Upper Limit Fitness will help you stretch a little further. After 6.5, it's the Stingers 8, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Back and relax. Well, how about on the elegant Eden patio and have a great meal prepared by one of Salt Lake's best chefs? Then drive on down from your favorite fairway to the greatest social gathering, Club Azure. It's a brand new club from the ground up. And while you're there, try out the 101 Blue Drinks or the Bloody Mary Bar, Jazz Blues on Wednesdays, or the Sunday Brunch. And while you're at it, how would you like to get your hands on a round of free golf at any select premier Utah or Nevada golf course? Club Azure and UtahFairways.com have made this possible by offering one lucky winner each week to be picked and announced live on the Man-Made Morning Show. Then get down here to see what all the buzz is about. That's Club Azure, 6121 South Highland Drive, a private club for members. Tell them Hot Rod sent you.
If you need car insurance, your local Geico Direct insurance professional is here for you. There are definite advantages to having a local insurance representative. You can't beat the service, and it's nice to know a real live person is around to answer your questions. That's why Geico Direct has a local office in Layton, staffed with professionals who know the insurance business just as well as they know the neighborhood. Call your Geico professional today. No matter what you need, you can be sure it will be well done. Call 298-9336. That's 298-9336, right here in Layton.
All right, we go now to the bottom of the 7th inning. It'll be Ron Flores, a left-hander, on the pitch now for the Sacramento River Cats. He'll face Jake Thrower, Gary Johnson, and Wilmy Avis. Here in the 7th inning, Flores' first pitch. A change-up high, ball 1. Flores making his 24th appearance of the year in 25 1/3 innings. He's given up 29 hits. 10 runs, 8 of them earned. He struck out 28 and walked 10. He's 2-2. With a 2.84 earned run average. Curveball low, 2-0 the count. Flores allowed the PCL a 284 batting average. Wayne Gomes went 2 1/3 innings. Gave up 2 hits. And a change-up high, ball 3, 3-0 the count. 2 hits, 1 run, it was earned. Struck out 2 and walked 2. He did throw 1 wild pitch. Ron Flores on here in the 7th. There's a fastball in for a strike, and it's 3-1. Jake Thrower tonight, 1 for 3. Now the pitch, strike, in at the knees, 3-2. Thrower taking a step towards first base, thinking that was ball 4. Three balls, 2 strikes. Flores ready to pitch. Swung on and popped up. Shallow left field. Edwards, the left fielder, racing hard, is there, and he'll make the shoulder high grab for out number 1. 1 away. That'll bring up Gary Johnson, who's 1 for 2. He walked his last time up. There's Gary. 8-2 Salt Lake here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Johnson the hitter. 8 runs, 12 hits, 1 error for the Stingers. 2-3-1 for Sacramento. The pitch. Johnson swings and lines one towards right center field. Swisher on the run. Gets there and makes the shoulder high grab for out number 2. Got a good jump on that one as Johnson hit a rope towards the alley in right center field. That'll bring up Wilmy Avis, who's 2 for 3. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors of Salt Lake, the mobile paintless dent repair company, comes to your home or office to work on your car. Call them today at 1-877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro and Dent Pro Colors, they make them like new again. Get Pro will donate $5 to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah for every stolen base by the Stingers this season. So far, they have swiped 37 bases, making the total donation $185. First pitch to Will, and it's a strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, one strike the count. Now Flores ready, the pitch. Strike called, and it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes the count. Ron Flores, left-hander, making his 5th appearance of the year against the Stingers. He's 0-1. Now the 0-2 pitch outside for a ball. He misses with a fastball. 1-2 to count. This game 1 of a 4-game series. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the pitch. Curveball chopped towards third. Up with it is Tian. The throw to first. On target it in time to retire the side. The Stingers are up and down in order, and they're after 7th. We'll move to the 8th. It's Salt Lake 8, Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field, taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Are you ready to give your truck or SUV a new look? Are you tired of that factory paint and interior? Power Play Performance is the place to take your vehicle for all your vehicle upgrades. Going on a trip this summer? Be sure to hit the road and entertain all your family and friends with the best in navigation and high-end mobile video. We custom design and fabricate your interior to include the hottest complete system. Come in and work with our paint and interior specialists to design and custom paint your vehicle. Remember, Power Play has all your truck and auto accessories. Come in and see Jeremy or Blaine and ask about our specials this week on Pro Cop lift kits at 1617 South 1900 West in Ogden, or call 627-4414. Power Play Performance, just off 12th Street at 1900 West in Ogden, or check out all that Power Play is on the web at powerplayperformance.com. Power Play Performance.
Can you play?
You're listening to Baseball on home of the Salt Lake Stingers.
All right, we go to the 8th inning, 8-2 in favor of the Stingers, and on the pitch now, Brandon Emanuel, who's been taken out of the rotation and moved into the bullpen as he really struggled this year as a starter. He turned things around working out of the bullpen last season towards the end of the campaign, so maybe it will happen again for Brandon, who in 7 starts gave up 58 hits in 28 2/3 innings. He struck out 19 and walked 11. He's 0-5 with a 10.05 earned run average. PCL batting .417 against right-hander Brandon Emanuel. Mike Edwards to lead things off. He's 0 for 3. He flied to left field his last time up. Stingers with the 8-2 lead here. First pitch to Edwards on the way is down low, ball 1. 1-0 the count. Stingers 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and 1 in the sixth. Sacramento with 2 in the 7th. The pitch. Breaking ball low, ball 2. 2-0 the count. Brandon last worked on June 4th at Tucson, giving up 6 runs on 13 hits in 5 innings. 2 balls, no strikes to count on Edwards. Now Emanuel's pitch. Swung on and pop foul. First base side out of play. 2-1 the count. Outfield straight away. Now the 2-1. Edwards takes a curveball over at the knees for a strike, and it's 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Now Emmanuel's pitch. Breaking ball outside, and that fills the count at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Leading off the 8th inning, Mike Edwards. The right-hander ready, the pitch. Breaking ball low and outside, and Emmanuel walks the first batter he faces. So, runner at first base. With nobody out, they'll bring up designated hitter Graham Kuntz, who has walked twice and taken a call, 3rd strike. A runner at first base. Nobody out. Now Emmanuel's pitch. Swung on and lofted towards right center field. Brian Gordon coming in and over from his center field spot. Makes the catch for out number 1. Kuntz retired, 1 away. That'll bring up Nick Swisher, who's 0 for 2. He's also been hit by a pitch. So 1 on, 1 out. Swisher the batter. Switch hitter batting left-handed against the right-hander Emmanuel. Now the pitch. Breaking ball low and inside. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Emmanuel working quickly, comes set and delivers the 1-ball pitch. Fastball downstairs. 2-0 the count. Emmanuel against Sacramento this year has not faced him. He joined the team after the Stingers played those 8 games with Sacramento early in the season. 2 balls, no strikes. Emmanuel's pitch. Swung on and lofted towards left. Adam Riggs a couple of steps in to his right, and he'll put it away for the 2nd out of the inning. 2 outs. Edwards back to first for Dan Johnson, who's 0 for 3. He took a call, 3rd strike his last time up. Bobby Jenks threw a simulated game yesterday, throwing to live hitters for the first time since being shut down with the Stingers in early April because of a stress reaction in his right elbow. He threw 17 pitches in 1 inning at the Angels minor league complex in Mason. First pitch to Johnson, and at the knees for a strike, and it's 0-1. He touched 96 and 97 miles per hour. Regan said that Jenks will get back into games by the end of the month if there are no setbacks. The 0-1 pitch, strike to the knees, 0-2, but according to the Angels website, Regan's would not indicate whether or not Jenks would go right back to Salt Lake or if he'd make an appearance or 2 at the lower levels. No balls, 2 strikes the count on Johnson. The pitch. Breaking ball to the dirt. 1-2 the count on Johnson. David Eckstein back in the Angels lineup after being out a few days with a sprained right hamstring. Benji Molina with a sprained left calf, still out. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a curveball. He struck him out, and that retires the side. A good bender from Brandon Emmanuel registers the 8th strikeout for Stingers pitching in the game. No runs, no hits, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It's Sacramento trailing the Stingers. It's Salt Lake 8, the River Cats 2 on ESPN 1230.
We've all heard the phrase, opportunities knocking. Well, at Stedman's Recreation, it's not just knocking, it's pounding. Right now, you can pick up any new Honda in stock with 0 down payment and 6.9% fixed APR for up to 5 years on approved credit through America Honda Finance Corporation. Choose from a full range of new Honda motorcycles for street or dirt, scooters or ATVs. Whatever you choose, you can have the confidence of knowing you're getting a straight deal, which means your payments will never change. So if you've been waiting for the right opportunity to buy a Honda, get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele now. Financing available to qualified buyers. Payment example, 60 monthly payments of $19.75 for each $1,000 financed. Offer good through June 30th, 2004. Other restrictions apply. See dealer for details. Opportunity's not just knocking, it's pounding. So if you've been waiting for the right opportunity to buy a Honda, get down to Stedman's Recreation in Tooele now.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Alan from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Now, back to more Stingers baseball on ESPN 1230 AM.
Right-hander Britt Reams comes on for the River Cats here in the bottom of the 8th inning with the Stingers leading by a score of 8-2. For Reams, this will be his 8th appearance of the year. In 10 2/3 innings, he's given up 8 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He has struck out 15 and walked 3. Reams is 1-2 with a 5.06 earned run average, 1 save, and the PCL batting .211 against right-hander Britt Reams. Reams missed a month and a half to start the season with a sprained muscle. So here's Brian Speck to lead it off. He's 1 for 3 with a triple. To face right-hander Britt Reams. First pitch on the way. Swing and a miss at a breaking ball. Strike 1. Ron Flores pitched a perfect 1-2-3, 7th inning. No balls, 1 strike. Reams pitch. Swing and a ground foul. Speck was out in front of a changeup, 0-2. Time now to check out the standings of the PCL, brought to you by your local neighborhood Associated Food Stores. Stay tuned to learn how you can take batting practice with the Stingers, courtesy of Associated Food Stores. In the PCL North, Tacoma leads Portland by 5, Edmonton by 5.5, and the Stingers by 10. Reams ready, the 0-2 to Speck. Change up outside at the knees, 1-2. In the South, Sacramento leads Tucson by 1.5. Fresno by 8, and Las Vegas by 10. On the line, and the 1-2 pitch to Speck. Swung on and looped towards left. Edwards coming on will make the bill of the Cap-High Cats for out number 1. Speck retired, 1 away, and that'll bring us to the top of the order, and Casey Smith, who's 3 for 4. In the Central, Iowa leads Albuquerque by a game and a half. Colorado Springs by 4.5, and Omaha by 9.5. In the East, Oklahoma leads Nashville by 4.5, New Orleans by 7.5, and Memphis by 8.5. James. The 1 out, base is empty as Reams delivers. A strike at the knees, 0-1. In the Sacramento ninth, they'll have Rose, Tian, and Castro due up. Bottom third of the River Cats order. The 0-1 pitch to Smith. Lined and caught by the second baseman Morrissey. Backpedaled a couple of steps onto the outfield grass before reaching up to catch the soft liner. 2 up, 2 down here in the Salt Lake 8. Here's Victor Gutierrez, who is robbed of a double at least on a diving stop by Dan Johnson at first, who then got up and outraced Gutierrez to the bag. That final from the NBA playoff, Detroit 88, the Lakers 68. And the curveball misses outside, ball 1. 30 points for Rip Hamilton. Kobe Bryant ended up with 11. He only had 1 at halftime. The 1-0 pitch swung on and lined towards left. Edwards drifting back. That's going to be over his head as it one-hops the wall. Karam bounces by him, but he recovers in time as Gutierrez pulls in at second base with a double. So Victor with his 5th two-base hit of the year. And the Stingers have a runner at second base with 2 out. Here's Brian Gordon. He's had quite a night. 3 for 3 with 3 runs scored, 4 runs batted in. His 3 hits, a double, and 2 home runs. Twins and Mets are in the bottom of the 14th at the Metrodome, still tied 2-2. Angels have scored a couple of runs in the bottom of the 7th to pull to within one of the Brewers 4-3. 2 outs, a runner at second base. Reams ready. The pitch to Gordon. There it goes. Deep to right field. That ball's up there. It's out there, and it is gone. A line drive. 2-run home run to right field. Brian Gordon joins the list of 3 homer hitters in Salt Lake franchise history. What a night for Brian Gordon. He drives in 6 runs. Brian Gordon, a frozen rope onto the berm in right. The Stingers have a 10-2 lead, and that also is the 1,500th home run in franchise history. Pitch, breaking ball, strike at the knees, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Now the 0-1. Curveball high, 1-1. Angels scoring their 2 runs in the 7th inning. Still batting on a 2-run double by Casey Kotzman. Now Reams ready. The 1-1 pitch to Riggs. Swung on and lofted towards right center field. Swisher on the run will get there, and he'll make the catch to retire the side. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll go to the 9th. It's the Stingers 10 and Sacramento 2 on ESPN 1230.
You're listening to Stingers Baseball on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.
Mortgage rates have gone up. Hi, this is Scott Forster with Alta Mortgage Group. Mortgage rates have increased recently, so at Alta Mortgage Group, we've created a new program which offers a rock-bottom fixed interest rate for up to 7 years that is flexible enough to allow you to pay a normal payment based on 10, 15, 20, or 30-year mortgage payments. Or just take a breather and just pay the interest rate. You choose. This program sometimes cuts your mortgage payment in half. These rates are so low you'll have to call 628-9400 for a quote. We can also correct inaccurate credit scores that are making you pay higher interest rates on your loan. This problem of inaccurate credit scores is costing consumers millions of dollars per year. Let us help you today. We can help you correct these credit problems. Call 628-9400. That's 628-9400. Or visit us on the web at alphamortgagegroup.com. We are here to help you.
The Reds, the White Sox, the Big Green Monster. No sport has more to do with colors than baseball. But the other place colors fields and cars. If your bumper is scratched, burned, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Denpro Colors comes along. Denpro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENPRO. That's 877-DENPRO. Denpro Colors. Automotive excellence.
All right, we go to the 9th inning. Stingers leading Sacramento 10-2 now. Mike Rose will lead things off against right-hander Greg Jones, who will come on in to work the 9th as Greg continues his rehab assignment. Jones making his 6th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with a 4.26 earned run average. Brandon Emanuel pitches a scoreless 8th inning. No hits, 1 strikeout, 1 walk. First pitch swinging, and there's a line drive by Rose into center field, a base hit. Played on the first top by Brian Gordon. So Mike Rose has his 2nd hit of the ball game. Now a runner at first base, nobody out. That is just the 4th hit of the ball game for Sacramento. That'll bring up Mark Teahan, who's walked twice and he has struck out. So he's officially 0 for 1. Now the pitch. Low for a ball, 1-1. Brian Gordon with a 3-homer night. That's 3 Mountain America Home Equity home runs. Finance your home equity or construction loan today with Mountain America Credit Union. There's a pitch, lofted into left center field. Adam Riggs on the run, now slows down and makes the catch for out number 1. Teagan retired, 1 out. Rose goes back to first. That'll bring up Ramon Castro, who's 0 for 3. Let's let you know who's hitting the cover off the ball. The PCL brought to you by Mountain Extreme Power Sports. Take it to the extreme with Mountain Extreme Power Sports in Linden, Utah. Calvin Pickering hit 2 home runs tonight. He now has hit a league-leading 23. Luis Garcia of Las Vegas is next with 16. Ryan Gordon with 3 tonight now has the Stingers team lead with 11, 1 more than Adam Riggs. First pitch swinging, Castro pops it up foul behind home plate, strike 1. No balls, 1 strike the count. Stingers with a 10-2 lead over Sacramento. The pitch. Curve ball into the dirt, blocked by Nieves, sliding across to his right. The count's even at 1 ball and 1 strike. One and 1 the count. Rose at first, the infield back. The pitch. Curve ball at the knees, a strike, and it's 1 and 2. In this game featured a half-hour rain delay. Now the pitch. Double play ball maybe to second. Specht has it to Smith. That's 1. Over to first. That's 2 to win the ball game. A hard hit ball off the bat of Ramon Castro, and Brian Specht starts the 4-6-3. Game-ending double play. And with that double play, another $5 goes to the Boys and Girls Clubs of Utah. Or actually, no, that's for stolen bases, Steve. That's another $5 to the United Way, courtesy of Taco Maker. No run. 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on base. Handshakes and high fives all around with the final score. Salt Lake Stingers 10 and the Sacramento River Cats 2. I'll be back with the 10th inning show right after this on ESPN 1230.
This has been Salt Lake Stingers baseball. Stay tuned for a complete wrap-up of tonight's game. The 10th inning show is coming up next on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers, ESPN 1230 AM.
National Auto Plaza Southtown is now National Isuzu at 108 South State. The brand new National Isuzu has to make room for the biggest Isuzu SUV selection ever to come to Utah. Reliable Isuzu Rodeos, the brand new Isuzu Ascenders, and fun-to-drive Axiom Sport utilities are arriving daily. So to accommodate these new vehicles, National Isuzu has to move hundreds of Utah's most premium used cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs at unbelievably low prices. Take thousands off Hondas, Nissans, and Toyotas. Thousands off. Or get even bigger savings on all luxury models from Lexus, BMW, Audi, and Mercedes. All our used inventories priced to go quickly. Now is your chance to upgrade your vehicle without upgrading your payment. Only at the new National Isuzu, formerly National Auto Plaza Southtown, 108 South State. Call 545-9292 for details. 545-9292. 108 South State is Utah's new home of the largest selection of Isuzus. National Isuzu.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fair.
The game is over, and the fans are leaving the ballpark. It's time now for the 10th inning show. A complete wrap-up of tonight's game with a look at the rest of the Pacific Coast League and Major League Baseball. This is the 10th inning show on ESPN 1230 AM. Now let's go back to the ballpark with the voice of the Stingers, Steve Klauke.
Welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers able to fight the River Cats and the Raindrops for a 10-2 win over the River Cats in this ball game. Let's take a look at the final totals. For the Stingers, 10 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, and 6 men left on base. For the River Cats, 2 runs on 4 hits, 1 error, and 7 men left on base. The winning pitcher, Scott Dunn, with a record of 3-2. The loser, Steve Woodard, 6-3. Time of the game, 2 hours, 26 minutes, plus the 30-minute rain delay, but that's not included in the game time. The paid attendance tonight, 5,828. The Stingers jumping on Steve Woodard early. A 2-run double by Brian Gordon. RBI triple by Smith in the second. Brian Gordon, a solo homer in the third. They scored 2 runs in the third, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the sixth, and 2 more in the eighth. Eric Sear in his first start pitched 4 scoreless innings, twice getting out of bases loaded 2-out situations by retiring Ramon Castro. And the rest of the bullpen did their job. Ben Weber did give up a 2-run homer, those runs unearned as Castro reached on an error charge to Victor Gutierrez on the plate. So all in all, the Stingers get this 4-game series off to a good start. Salt Lake has now beaten Sacramento 4 games out of 5 here at Franklin Covey Field this year. While they take the season series edge overall, 5-4 with the win here tonight. The Stingers now 23-36 on the year, while the River Cats drop to 36-25. But the night belongs to Brian Gordon. 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored and 6 runs batted in. A 2-run double in the first, a solo homer in the third, a bases empty blast in the fourth, a walk and a run scored in the sixth, and a 2-run home run to cap it all off in the eighth as he tied the franchise record of 3 home runs in a ball game. First one to do so since Sal Fasano did it at Iowa on August 3rd of 2002. This is the 7th time in franchise history that a player has hit 3 home runs in one game. The second time it's been done by a Salt Lake Stinger. So Salt Lake Stingers open up this homestand with a 10-2 win tonight over the Sacramento River Cats. We'll return and take a look at the other scores around baseball after this on ESPN 1230.
On directory, you can judge a book by its cover. Don't you check every page that got what you need? You can judge a book by its cover.
Phone Directories Company wants to thank you for a great year. Did you know Phone Directories has been serving Utah for nearly 33 years, and we couldn't have done it without you. Thanks for your support. And now that we're into the new year, watch for your local Phone Directories editions arriving soon. That includes Lakeview, Salt Lake Valley, and Provo. Phone Directories Company has books in every city in Utah filled with information, valuable money-saving coupons, full-page menus to local restaurants, recreation guides, and a lot more. We have proven over and over that you can judge a book by its cover. And to advertise in one of our newest editions, just call us. It's toll-free at 800-228-0801, or you can find us on the web at myphonedirectory.com. Make sure to keep an eye out for your latest edition. It's not just a phone book, it's your area information guide and directory by Phone Directories Company. Just watch for the beautiful cover.
Now you can experience the affordable luxury of Lexus at 2 locations. Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and the new Larry H. Miller Lexus of Linden. Lexus of Linden is now open, and you have to see it for yourself. Right now through the end of May, Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and Lexus of Linden have stocked the showrooms with all the Lexus models you want to drive home. Right now, lease a 2004 Lexus ES330 for just $399 a month. Lease a new RX 330 for as low as $499 a month. Or take home a 2004 Lexus GS300 starting at just $499 a month. And with special financing, save up to $4,000 on your new Lexus. It's time for you to experience the affordable luxury of a Lexus. Visit Larry H. Miller Lexus in Murray and the all-new Larry H. Miller Lexus in Utah County, now open in Linden. After all, you know this guy. 2,500 Como down, 48 month lease, 12,000 miles per year.
Welcome back to the ballpark where the Stingers prevailed over the Sacramento River Cats today by a final score of 10-2. It's time to find out what else happened under the lights tonight at the PCL as well as Major League Baseball. And it's brought to you by the folks at GE Lighting and the new Reveal light bulb. You can check out the new Reveal bulb at your locally owned Ace Hardware store. We'll start in the Pacific Coast League here in just a moment as we get the updates on the other games around baseball. And apparently we've just lost my PCL scoreboard. So while we await the other, let us take a look at Major League Baseball first. We'll do that here in just a minute as soon as the fine computer I have lets me. In the meantime, let's take a look at the Major League scoreboard. First of all, in the National League, only one game. The Cubs beat the Cardinals by a final score of 12-3. Carlos Zambrano, the winner, 7-2. Danny Herron, just called up from Memphis, takes the loss. He's 0-1 as the Cubs scored 10 runs in the fourth inning. The Mets and Twins are going to the bottom of the 15th. It's still Minnesota 2 and New York 2. The Twins tied the game at 2-2 with a run in the bottom of the ninth inning. Adam Kennedy at the plate with the runners at first and second, one out in the bottom of the seventh. The Angels have scored 2 and trailed the Brewers 4-3. Montreal took 2 from Kansas City, 8-0 and 7-2. Texas took a pair from Pittsburgh, 9-7 and 10-4 as Kenny Rogers moves his record to 9-2. Detroit came from behind to beat Atlanta 7-4. It was the Yankees over Colorado 10-4. Arizona shut out Baltimore 3-0. Boston bounced San Diego 9-3 as Curt Schilling goes to 8-3 for the Red Sox. Florida beat Cleveland 4-1. It was Los Angeles topping Toronto 6-1. Tampa Bay knocked off San Francisco 5-2, and the Phillies and White Sox were rained out in Chicago. In the Pacific Coast League, games in progress. There are 2. Fresno and Portland tied 4-4 in the 7th at Grizzly Stadium, and in Tucson, the Sidewinders trailed Tacoma 5-4 in the 6th inning of play. Las Vegas and Edmonton were rained out. Finals, Omaha beat Memphis 5-2. Calvin Pickering with a pair of home runs to run his league-leading total now to 23. Iowa pushed across a run in the 9th to edge Oklahoma 3-2. Colorado Springs scored 2 in the 8th and 2 in the 9th to defeat the New Orleans Zephyrs down at Zephyr Field by a final score of 7-3. And in the NBA Finals, Detroit takes a 2-1 lead over the Lakers as the Pistons beat Los Angeles by a final score of 88-68. And that's a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. We'll come back with some of the scoring highlights from tonight's action right after this on ESPN 1230.
Baseball fans, picture yourself at home plate at Franklin Covey Field taking batting practice with Man-Made Mornings and the Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to Associated Food Stores, you could be swinging for the fences. Keep listening for details on how you can join Dave and Allen from Man-Made Mornings for batting practice with your Salt Lake Stingers. Thanks to your local neighborhood Associated Food Store and 1320 K-Fan.
Baseball is full of colors. The Reds, the White Sox, the big green monster. No sport has more to do with color than baseball. The other place color is key is in cars. If your bumper's scratched, dented, or torn, it takes away from its value. That's where Dent Pro Colors comes along. Dent Pro Colors offers on-site service. They have the latest technology in color matching, and they guarantee their work. So call 877-DENT-PRO. That's 877-DENT-PRO. Dent Pro Colors, automotive excellence.
All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers got off to a great start tonight. First of all, Casey Smith singled to center off of Steve Woodard. Darren Erstad's fly ball to center field was dropped out there by Nick Swisher, putting 2 men on base for Brian Gordon. Woodard peers in, gets the sign from Rose. Now the right-hander ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and lined into left field, a base hit. Chasing it down Edwards, it's going to go to the wall. Smith around third will score. Erstad's being waved around. Here's the throw to the plate, the slide, he's safe. The play backed up by the pitcher Woodard. It's a 2-run double for Brian Gordon, and the Stingers take a 2-0 lead. So 2-0 the score in favor of the Stingers. Then in the second inning, Will Nieves doubled to left field. He was there with 2 outs, and it brought up Casey Smith. Now the right-hander Woodard's pitch. Smith lines one up the alley in left center field. Swisher's not going to get it. It hits the turf and rolls all the way to the wall. Nieves strolls in with the run. Here's Smith around second, racing for third. The throw, the slide, he is saved. It's an RBI triple for Casey Smith, and it's now 3-0 Salt Lake. So 3-0 Stingers at that point. Then in the third inning, Brian Gordon got things started again for the Salt Lake Stingers.
All right,
we go to the bottom of the third inning. Brian Gordon will lead things off. Brian with a 2-run double his first time up. The first pitch here is driven into deep right. That ball's up there. It's out there, and it is long gone. Just under the scoreboard in right field. A home run for Brian Gordon. And the Stingers take a 4-0 lead. So 4-0 in favor of the Stingers. And then 2 outs later in the third, Jake Thrower singled against Steve Woodard, and that brought Gary Johnson to the plate. For Gary, that's his waved around. Here's the throw. Well, apparently a problem with the highlight, but Gary Johnson then tripled, and that scored Thrower, and that made it a 5-0 ball game. Stingers got 2 runs in the fourth on an RBI single by Casey Smith and a solo home run by Brian Gordon. An RBI double by Adam Riggs in the sixth made it an 8-0 ball game. A 7th inning 2-run homer by Adam Morrissey put Sacramento on the board to make it 8-2. Stingers capped off the scoring, and a 2-run home run by Brian Gordon in the 8th. And that gave the Stingers a 10-2 win in the opening game of this series. And so the Stingers off on the right foot. We'll preview tomorrow's second game of the series, as well as let you know, and I'm sure there's very little doubt as to who the Stingers' MHP Most Helpful Player of the Game will be right after this on ESPN 1230.
Want to lose 100 pounds in 1 week without doing anything? Then try this.
I'm nutritionist Dr. Zetcher. If you're desperate to lose weight and you're tired of the gimmicks, I recommend my advanced Z-Carb system. It's so advanced at blocking carbs, it's simple. Just listen to these happy Z-Carb users.
Z-Carb is the only product I'll use. I went from a size 12 to a size 8 in just 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm definitely a skeptic. But Z-Carb, it came with a guarantee, and it worked. I lost 35 pounds without starving or killing myself at the gym. Look at me, I'm wearing a 2-piece. The first week, I lost 3 pounds. I've been using Z-Carb now for 4 weeks, and I've lost 14 pounds.
Lose the weight 3 times faster with my advanced Z-Carb system. It cuts the carbs so you don't have to.
Call now to try advanced Z-Carb risk-free for 30 days at 800-575-1027. Ask how to receive a free supply with your purchase. 800-575-1027. Money back if you don't see dramatic results. Call 800-575-1027. That's 800-575-1027.
I tried a number of diets, and they were ineffective, and I thought I'd give this a shot. I was able to immediately change my eating habits. I've lost 42 pounds.
That's Jim Perrine talking about his personal success thanks to internationally acclaimed hypnotherapist John Morgan. Like you, Jim knows that diets just don't work.
Your brain eventually overrules you, and you go back to your old weight, or you can gain more weight, and that has been the pattern in my life for the last 15 years.
John Morgan will be at the Hampton Inn, 851 West 1250 South, or on Wednesday, June 23rd, and at the Hilton Salt Lake City Airport, Wiley Post Way, Thursday, June 24th. Smoking cessation is at 6 p.m., weight loss at 8 p.m. Call 800-735-6907 to reserve your space. Sessions are affordable at $49.95.
People aren't even recognizing in some cases that people are asking me, how did I do this?
Call today, 800-735-6907. Just like Jim Perrine, John Morgan will put fire in your desire to quit smoking forever or lose weight and keep it off.
I feel fantastic. Exercise every day. I could be happy.
On the web, visit johnmorganseminars.com.
All right, welcome back to Franklin Covey Field, where the Stingers got their homestand off on the right foot with a 10-2 win over the Sacramento River Cats tonight. Game 2 of this series is set for tomorrow here at the ballpark. We certainly hope you can make it. The weather's supposed to be much better. It'll be right-hander Steve Green going for the Stingers with a record of 4-5. His bound opponent will be the winningest pitcher right now in the Pacific Coast League, Mike Wood, who has a record of 8-3. Our pregame coverage with the on-deck circle gets underway at 6:40 with first pitch set for 7 o'clock. Now it's time to announce our Stingers Ace Hardware MHP of the game, the most helpful player of the game, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful plays. Well, very little doubt on this one. There have been some tough games to determine the MHP, but not tonight. Brian Gordon goes 4 for 4 with 4 runs scored, a double, 3 home runs, and 6 RBI. And so Brian is our Ace Hardware most helpful player of the game, brought to you by your locally owned Ace Hardware store. Ace, the helpful plays. Well, that'll do it for Franklin Covey Field for tonight. Our thanks to Loretta Malden back in our studios in Salt Lake City, and our thanks to you for listening once again in 2 hours, 26 minutes, plus a 30-minute rain delay, and in front of 5,828, the final score. The Salt Lake Stingers 10 and the Sacramento River Cats 2. I'm Steve Plowke saying good night and so long from the ballpark.
This has been The 10th Inning Show on ESPN 1230 AM. Be sure to join us after every Stingers game for the 10th Inning Show on the home of the Salt Lake Stingers. ESPN 1230 AM.